story about that and they develop, and then as the story is developing and you want to know what happens, they're like, oh, we changed our mind, we're not going to talk about that, we're going to go talk about this. It's like we're playing Drakkenheim, but in the middle of Drakkenheim, oh no, we're going to go talk about Icewind Dale. Like, why? It drives me nuts.
What are you talking about?
I mean, you can just read the Icewind of Barbarian's story, and you don't have to read the Corsairs and all the stuff.
Yeah,
Talk about
that's
books.
true.
Oh,
To
Yeah.
answer your
Talk about
question,
alien smut.
Alien
to answer
smut.
your question, Koo reached her goal of reading 100 books this year.
this year?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of it apparently is erotica.
Have you read
Mine was.
Well, because it's short and easy, and I was behind. Okay.
You're
I-
fine.
That's
I mean,
10...
I absolutely.
Hey, that's
I
that's 10
absolutely
books a year, a
understand.
month, right? So far,
Yeah.
about.
Yeah, about.
Yeah.
I think I read like 20 in like 2 weeks.
Yes, girl.
Cause they're easy.
Get it.
You
How
go
long
through them
are
like
these
that.
smuts? Are they like 30 pages?
Some of
Depends.
no, some of them are like, yeah, it just depends. I read this series that was really good. Oh my god, I'll send it
Here's
to
a
you.
question: How
Alice.
many of them
But
were? Most of them like slightly above 100, less than 100, 150?
Most
Like,
of them are over 100 if you're reading Ruby, but if
Yeah.
you're reading something else.
Yeah, I think it's like over 100. There were like at least 17 chapters. One of them only had 13 though. I got mad at the author. I left her a bad review. I was like, your first book has 17 chapters and an epilogue, and your last book in the series had 13 chapters, no epilogue, and it was totally rushed. Like, it was still good. I still like the
I
characters.
hate when that
but you-
happens.
That's
You
really
know that you
frustrating.
wrote this for money. Like,
Oh.
I was reading it, I was so annoyed.
Damn.
I'm right
Yeah.
there with you, Koo, though. I just did the one I finished today that we went to Canton for yesterday to get signed. It was my 103rd book. Look at that.
Ooh.
I know.
I have not read that series yet. I do still need to. The one
Which
that
one?
Ice Planet Barbarians.
It's so good.
They are really good.
They're so cute.
I really like. Have you read Touched by an Alien?
Mm-mm.
They
Is that from the
are.
same people that did the show Touched by
Wait,
an
what was
Angel?
it called? Ice Alien? What?
Ice Planet
Ice
Barbarians.
Planet Barbarians.
By Ruby Dixon. Oh, and Ruby Dixon just came out with the Minotaur one, and I got the special edition copy, and it looks like a Lisa Frank explosion. It's all pink and pretty. I love it.
Oh, I gotta go read that then, because I
Yeah.
really like her writing. Her writing is
Yeah,
really good.
it's called
easy
Under
to
the.
read.
Oh my god, I know, and it's a Minotaur one. Yeah, it's called
I see.
Full Moon Rising.
Bull
That's
Moon
like-
Rising.
Full Moon
Something.
Rising.
All I
It's
need to
so
do is
cute
look at the
pictures.
cover of this book and these theories, and I know exactly what this is.
It's great.
this is. I don't think these are these books are not pretending to be anything else. They.
Yeah, you know exactly what you're getting. You can, and hey, yeah, you
I'm
gonna
here
love it.
for a good time, not a literate
Yeah.
time, okay?
Yeah.
Well, and then you start reading a Chuck Tingle.
This whole
What'd
new
you say,
definition
Tom?
of sapiosexual. What? Sorry?
What was that?
What did Carl say? I didn't hear him.
I said you should start reading Chuck Tingle.
No.
You're terrible.
What's it
the-
called?
the
Chuck
visceral-
Tingle?
Oh,
Yeah,
no,
he's
no,
the
no.
author.
Have any of you, yeah, have any of you read the Door one? Where it's literally about, it's a little novella, smutty novella about a chick and her apartment door.
Yo,
No?
these book covers are hilarious.
Right?
Yeah.
Or the one where she literally
Oh,
cooks Thanksgiving
man.
dinner.
Hey, the
You
fact that
can't
he's
judge a
nominated-
book by a cover, okay?
Yeah.
Oh, you
unless
can.
It's porn.
nominated twice for the
Unless
Hugo.
it's porn, then you absolutely judge it by its cover.
So you
That's
can't,
what you're getting.
you can't judge a book by its cover, but you can damn
No,
sure.
I haven't read that, Alice. I don't even know what you're talking about.
Whoa.
I'm getting unlimited. I'll
Yo,
send them
these
to you 'cause they're
covers
just
are-
hilarious.
Yeah.
No, but okay, so some of the covers are bad, okay? But then when you read it and the story building and like there's like a whole plot and everything, it's like whoa. Like I'm
Yeah.
reading you for like the smexy time, but then I stayed for the plot and the
Yeah.
world building and what
Yeah.
happened.
Koo
I mean-
Koo is a book connoisseur with a very particular taste. So.
Well, I'm actually I ran out of I'm really picky about the books that I read. because,
Damn.
if I'm reading like an actual novel, like a fantasy novel, like the authors nowadays, they just don't care. It's like
I
copy
need to add you
paste
on
of
Twitter.
things that
It
have.
has to be good enough to like keep you
Yeah.
informed,
Yeah.
to keep you
Mhm.
hooked.
That's why I was like, you know what? Fuck you guys. I'm going to read alien romance novels because none of
funny.
y'all can write a good novel.
I'm currently in Brandon Sanderson.
Yeah, Wind of the Truth, or sorry, that's the one that I was reading the blurbs that are coming out.
So the one that's about to come out, we have not started yet. I know some of the chapters are released. We have not done that one, but
So-
my husband and I do the audiobooks.
Mhm.
Because both of us have a drive into work and back, and then we also do it before bed, and so that's like our story time. But we've read all of the first Mistborn era. I'm on the last book in the second Mistborn era, and we've done all the rest of Stormlight Archives so far.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm into
and
audio
I
series.
like
Way
I
of the
like
Kingdom.
them.
Amazing. Love
Let
that
me
book.
see here. So
I have Mistborn downloaded. I gotta start it.
Mistborn's really good, especially the first
I-
series.
yeah,
I'm gonna do a
I
shout out to
really
Terry
like
Miles, Rabbits. Read this book. It's a good
Ooh.
book.
I'm
It's a good
saving
book.
Mistborn for my
Oh,
book
really?
retreat in January, where
Ooh,
I
that's-
don't have
that's a-
anything going on and I can just read.
Oh, that's a good
Because
idea.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
just like
that's a really good idea.
devour the book in one sitting is what I want to do.
There's also, I mean, you could probably, I mean,
Well, I have
pretty
other
easily
books
length,
too.
but yeah.
Yeah, I have a few and I also need to read the latest one on the Targaryens that he put out. I got to read that one
right.
too. So I save those for my alone time where I can focus.
Yeah. If you really wanted something not to kind of just, all right, this is just, this is gonna be my day. I'm gonna dedicate my time to this.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get some water every once in a while. Not really care about lunch and just enjoy. Maybe
What was the name
maybe
of
get
it?
a view.
Tingle? What was the name of that guy? Chuck Tingle?
Chuck Tingle.
Chuck Tingle.
Wrap up in my
Tingle.
blanket and read some Chuck Tingle.
Give me all kinds of goosebumps.
Yo.
I follow him on Blue Sky. He's awesome.
Yeah.
That'd be hilarious. I wonder if Chuck Tingle does audiobooks. Probably.
I'm sure there are audiobook versions of his stuff.
Oh man.
Yeah, free
You
YouTube
guys great.
videos and stuff like that. That's how I got through the Lovecraft stuff back in the day. I had to read his stuff for college.
I remember reading Lovecraft.
Same. Been there, read that too.
Oh yeah.
Classics.
I'm going through the Ravenloft series too.
Ooh, Ravenloft series.
They're just really hard to find without paying a fuck ton of money for. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I've not read any Ravenloft books. I didn't even know there were books.
there's one that's
not-
called I Strahd that's like modeled after the whole like I Dracula, and
So-
it's really freaking good.
Yeah.
So
I
Don't
Strahd
read
is
it
the
until
only-
after the campaign, but
Strahd is
read
the
after
only one
campaign.
I've read, but like, yeah, the Ravenloft books are, they're again, these are books that came out a while ago and don't exactly have a lot of reprinting, so they're not easy to
Well,
get.
yeah, I remember shelving them back when I worked at Media Play in the 90s.
Yeah.
Yep.
Back when it's like second edition stuff and third edition.
Oh yeah, second.
I mean, Strahd's been like Ravenloft's been around since. Has it been around since first edition, or was it advanced when it came out?
First.
Yeah.
First, I have the magazine where it was first published.
It's like it's one of those things that kind of just can't. It's like, all right, this is one of the first things, and we kind of just brought it around for each edition ever since. Well, I'm not sure about fourth because I never really got into the fourth stuff, but I know it's been around for most of the editions.
Yeah, I don't recall any of the Ravenloft stuff in fourth.
Yeah.
Of course, fourth edition also got Dark Sun, so
Oh,
there's that.
I mean,
that was a good setting. I remember playing that back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Dark Sun. Can't get away with that these days.
I mean, you could, but it's probably gonna have to be like a Kickstarter or something, similar to this game.
Well, yeah, pretty much.
You,
Alright.
you really,
they
yeah, you
reference
can't
it
exactly go to a
everywhere,
publisher. Yeah, you gotta like, all right, I did this myself and I was able to raise $1 million. Stop, don't ask any more questions.
Thanks.
Yeah,
Alright.
with him on that.
Anything else going on, guys? Anything else interesting? Cool?
Are we on?
Yes.
Then
We are
I can
on.
wait.
We are live.
Yeah. I can wait then.
Yeah.
I wonder what happened November 5th.
Oh my god.
not-
My birthday.
Oh,
was my
hey!
Is it really?
You can talk. Yeah, my birthday is November 5th, and so ever since the movie V for Vendetta came out, we watch it on my birthday.
Oh,
So
happy
it was
birthday.
it was very accurate this year.
Yeah,
Very-
gunpowder, treason, and plot.
Yeah.
Oh man. But
So
you
there
know
go.
what?
There's your November 5th story, Brent.
Yes. Huh? Wait, what was that?
I
Powder
think
treason
that's what you
plot.
can talk about on November
Yes.
5th.
True. But hey, all right.
I was
Look,
talking about
you guys are
guys.
about to. What were you talking
Don't
about,
get
Kev?
Brent started. Have you seen his
I'm
Facebook?
trying not to. I'm trying not to.
Brent
I mean,
was
I
like
was-
posting
So-
like every hour. I was like, oh my god.
No,
Brent.
it wasn't every hour. Oh my god.
All I'll say is that I was
Every time
confused.
I
was
logged in,
mentioning.
I saw a new post.
I did post a lot because look, it's it's election season. Everybody's emotions are out there, but just like everybody else,
Well,
I'll go back
I
to
was-
doing my normal shit and whatever.
Yeah, well, look, I'll mention that when I was bringing up my thing, I was mentioning something completely different, and I didn't want it, and I wasn't trying to bring us down this tangent, so I'll apologize. But again,
yeah, that's where I thought you were
later.
going. That's where I thought you were going.
Yeah, no, it's actually something completely different.
Understood.
I mean, same.
Okay.
Me and
Anyway.
my
Mhm.
husband's wedding anniversary is the 3rd of November.
Oh,
So we have
Nice.
similar. It's like, well, we're gonna just hang out with each other and not look at the news
The
or.
world can kiss it. We're gonna have us
Exactly.
time.
Yeah.
So it's not quite as bad as your birthday, but I understand.
Oh, I get it. Ours is the 30th of October, so
Oh, yep.
Mhm.
so yay fun.
That's a good 30th of October. Yeah, that's a good
It's better-
anniversary day.
Yeah, 30th October is my mom's birthday.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
that's
Oh,
a
look
good
at
day.
that. It's
Yeah,
a
that's
good
as
day.
that is as good a birthday to have at that time as it is bad to have it as Christmas. So yeah.
Yeah.
Facts. But all right. Well, we're gonna get into making Drakkenheim great again. All right, that's what you guys' mission is. Okay.
Oh no.
So,
Can we just focus on not dying in this place or getting stabbed by cultists?
we got a whole dead city to deal with.
Mm.
And so yeah, let's go ahead and hop into it, guys. Let's get back in the saddle of our ruined, dark, gothic city. Who wants to go ahead and do a recap for us? Who wants to do it?
I'll give it a shot if no one else wants to.
Thank you.
All right. All right. Taking the lead. So once again, starting the session, ending the session before, finally making it back to Emberwood and quote unquote home after a very long quest, of which we successfully rescued Venus the pug.
True.
Everyone was beaten, battered, probably infected from drinking water they really shouldn't have. You got to be careful with that when you go to new places. But
Right.
Torren,
Those
who was
plugs.
mostly all right, decided to escort the two children's, Martha and Marty, was it?
Martin.
Martin and he said these two are young kids. He remembers there have been gnolls and other dangerous creatures in the wild, and he wanted to escort them back, which he did, and took them to Hendrick's farm where the Cult of the Falling Fire is. He got there, noticed that everyone was staring at him, but he met with Nathaniel Flint, the spiritual leader, as Mr. Hendricks does own the farm, and was able to deliver the kids to them, of which he was grateful. However, he asked Torren to stay around, and Torren agreed, as he wanted to talk to both George Harper and Anar, Tinnu and Kalina's wayward brother. After waiting for a bit, he met up again with Dakota Jones, who seemed to be doing fine, but was also kind of seeming a little weirded out by some of the stuff that was going on since he last met. After discussions, Dakota Jones revealed to Torren that he had collected a whole bunch of different pamphlets and words of the Falling Fire, written apparently by different people, and showing that it seemed to not match in each with each other. And it seems as if, for the sake of evangelization and spreading the word, the words of Lucretia Mathias has been kind of interpreted a bit as opposed to written down directly and spread across, which has led to a whole bunch of differing versions and differing histories.
Conspiracies afoot.
Yes. But eventually, Torren was asked to Nathaniel came back with Anar, and Rosie, as I was told multiple times her name was.
Yes, I keep getting it mixed up. It's what is it? It's Rosie.
I think it was Sylvia, right?
Yeah, it's Sylvie. Yeah, Sylvie Rose Shot. And so I keep getting backwards. It's Sylvie. That's the book. I didn't come up with that name.
But he was then brought to a farm and confronted with a reality, because one of the things that Dakota Jones mentioned is that there was a group that had been sent out into Drakkenheim that had apparently ran into trouble and brought back, and seeing the bodies, it indeed turned out that it was the group that had confronted them at the church when they were retrieving the scepter of Saint Vitruvio. The bodies were found and brought back, and apparently through a ritual, Nathaniel was able to commune with their spirits and determined that they had been cut down, realizing that dishonesty would not get him anywhere. The Torren decided to tell the truth. They had been attacked. They had not wanted to fight, but the other side had been very zealous, and then they proceeded to defend themselves from daggers, magic, and other such things. He told Nathaniel point blank that if it was between his party and these group of strangers, that he would choose his party and his own life. Nathaniel whether he's understood or not, he seemed to find this unfortunate, and Anar basically blaming the entire party for their deaths and deciding that they shouldn't have defended themselves, as well as some other opinions, ran off before Torren could really talk to him. Nathaniel ended the conversation by saying that he understands and wishes that he could give them any kind of forgiveness, but with the threat that if we continue to get into their way, their situation would deteriorate, and we're probably not allowed in Hendrick's farm anymore, as well as an ultimatum to give back the crystal that was lodged in the chest of the cultist that Ron took before leaving.
Soul.
Yes. Before leaving, Torren was able to meet with George Hopper, who was also a bit down in the situation and seemingly willing to side with the cult over us, but he was able to tell him that Alice was okay, and relayed a message that he was no longer part of the picture, referring to Orion Jones. Now, whether Hopper fully understood that or not, he did not stay to understand, and the two of them left hoping that it would not come to anything worse, but not really expecting much from that either. Going back, as this was happening, the rest of the group went into town, mostly to sell a lot of the luxury items and the delirium, of which they got quite a pretty amount after some discussions and some very successful haggling. Tinnu and Kalina went to the church, of which Kalina, who was apparently somehow flickering in and out of existence, was tied to a pew so she wouldn't disappear. And Tinnu went into the back with Sister Hannah to have her infection removed. Ron and was it Ron, Kolobati, and Alice that went to Old Zoya?
Yes, first it was Ron and Alice showed up, and then I believe Kolobati swung by up that direction
yes.
Later. Yes.
But the way to know is that they went back there. Ron discussed trying to learn the spell from Old Zoya, and also had some infection removed there. And Lowie decided to go all the way to Camp Dawn with the help of the church to talk to the captain there. Hold on, let me get the scroll down. Knight Captain Theodore Marshall, to not only discuss with the camp to pay for his own removal, which he did, but also to discuss the matter of the dwarves and kind of discussing the situation, showing that they are kind of under duress from the Queen's men and hoping to offer some kind of deal. However, the church is here. Theodore, the knight captain, was not exactly the most forthcoming, and very much at this point it is very clear they see the delirium as not as a unnecessary evil. They think it needs to be gone, and the dwarves mining it, whether for livelihood or not, does not put it well in their eyes. So putting Lowie in a bit of a spot. But at the end, everyone kind of gathered up and came back to the house, with which Torren revealed the situation, basically spent the time finding an alternate path so they wouldn't have to go to Hendrick's farm, and kind of just figuring out, and hoping that we could kind of spend the next amount of downtime to recover, figure out what's going on, and plan for the next move, as there were a couple things upcoming that they're going to have to work on. But before that, Torren would deliver the information he got from Dakota Jones, mostly to Kolobati and Alice, who he would help with researching the Black Books, of which they were able to find a fairly expansive tree dating all the way back to Vladimir Draken, as well as 3 separate versions of the tale of Saint Tarna, and her basically, and what would lead to the rise of her rebellion and her whole quote-unquote holy war against the Arcane Empire.
Yes. Technically, it was 2 different books. One is of a modern, version of their Bible. One of a older version of their Bible.
We had the Falling Fire version also. So
and then there was those notes.
The Lucretia Matthias version. So we had a original version, a sort of King James New Age version, and then the version that the cult had kind of adjusted for their own understanding. Basically, based on making Lucretia Matthias a bit more of a prophet figure and her interpretations of the previous works.
Yes.
Okay. I don't think there's anything else.
That was pretty good. Hit on all the major benchmarks. We got a lot of info dumping pretty much going on last session, a lot of RP. And this session here, let's go ahead and focus on doing our downtime day activities. We've got a list of them. And also figure out what are you guys going to actually tackle next. But that may be left to discuss at the end of this session after several things happen.
Mm-hmm.
So, take some inspiration. Thank you, Kebo.
Woo-hoo. We got some days to go through. Let's figure out what happens, and if anything unusual gets in our way again.
Facts. All right. So let's go ahead and go to where the party is chilling at, which is back in their hideout in the guild hall. And which map do I want? I'm going to put you on this one for now. And let's see. Go with. All right. So, all of you spent a lot of the late evening. I was going to say that we ended last session around like 11-ish p.m. or something like that.
Yeah,
11:30
around late
PM.
evening, and then kind of went a little bit into the downtime with the research.
Yes. So you guys have poured over these books and talked about these old tales for as long as you guys can handle before you need to get some shut-eye. So unless anybody objects, I'm going to go ahead and say that you guys all get your long rest, and you can, do the whole long rest button, all of that good stuff. And we're going to continue rolling. Let's see. Now,
I cast 2 of these if it matters. The create water.
Oh, and I should say, I'm assuming we split up the silver and the copper from the chest that we dispelled magic last time. That's 12 silver per person and 198 copper per person if you can.
I would say put it in the party fund.
Sure. We can just put that whole thing in the party
Yeah.
fund. You want to add it?
Okay, how much was it for
Agreed.
fun?
86 silver and 1,386 copper.
All right.
Can you message me that?
Oh, it's in the treasure channel, but I can message.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, everybody give me a d20 roll.
Bati, the one time you could have gotten the one.
Copycat, Shane.
Oh shit! I saw the music channel. I better switch to Lowie.
Excellent.
Yeah, it's because I wasn't Lowie, so it was my normal avatar.
All right. Cool beans. Good to know. So, move everybody over into our underground secret hideout here. I'm gonna say, Kalina, you get up first here in the morning. Now I know that we have Kolabati here who only needs like 4 hours or so, and but before we get to her, I'm just gonna go ahead and start with Kalina. It's the next morning. You wake up. You feel like a truck hit you. Maybe you have to do a few stretches, but eventually, you know, you come back to life. Let's see. Here we go. Outdoor spaces. Yeah, let's do this one. What are you doing with yourself, Kalina?
I mean, yeah, probably stretch and get ready for the day. I don't think I would want to do too much on my own, but I also probably wouldn't want to wake people up because we clearly all needed our sleep. So I guess I'd start just like going around. I'd go upstairs and start cleaning general cleanup so that we can start fixing it up over the next week.
Got it. As you head up the steps, I'm gonna say, you know, Kolabati, maybe you were in a room, but let's zoom out here. You hear like a rhythmic kind of like snarling noise as you come up the steps, and you come upstairs to see sleeping on the bar is Yanis. He's like just snoring his ass off. You see
He
drool
didn't-
is coming out of his mouth.
Like, go to bed anywhere?
No, he stayed upstairs. You note that there is a small cauldron of stew that he whipped together. There's a small bowl that is empty next to it. You can see he has some food in his beard. You know, there's a bit of smoke coming from the fireplace. And even though this place looks like a wreck up here, most of it has been cleaned out. But when you come up the steps, you see him, you know, on the bar sleeping. Occasionally he like twitches and he mumbles something to himself. It looks like he's not having too good of dreams, you know.
Well, that's not cool. I'll walk over and try to gently wake him up.
You come up to him and he goes, "Oh, Jorg, why'd you Why'd you do it? And you shove him, and you see he like sprints almost up to his feet off the bar. He knocks the bowl off the table. You see he looks around and he looks at you.
Me!
Ah! Ah! You see he touches the bar. With his 3 fingers, he touches himself.
Good morning.
You're real. You see he climbs over the bar. You see his eyes are wide. He looks a little demented. You see he goes to like touch your nose.
I'm gonna step back a little.
What you do? He goes, "Ah, it's you again, ain't it?"
I was gonna ask if you wanted to help me make breakfast.
Oh, it's you! You did it again! Ah, you see he looks around. You see he runs stumbling over to the wall, and he like goes to the window. You see he...
I'm gonna start shouting for Lowie.
He shatters the window, and you see he begins to climb out of it.
Yeah,
Where's the ship?
I'm gonna start shouting for Lowie because I was gonna let him sleep, but now I'm not gonna let him sleep. And I'm gonna try to... which one is it? Grapple or restrain or somehow keep him inside the house?
Yeah, you grapple him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see here. You can tell like this guy's having like a pretty bad episode.
Yeah. Probably not good to let him go run away by himself when he's like this, or jump out a window.
Facts. Yeah, go ahead and roll me in athletics. You grab him by his legs and pull him back into the window as you're screaming for Lowie. Now at this point, Kolobati, you hear this activity as you're probably up earlier, in said room. Then let's see who's next. Oh, it works out. You got 18 here, and then Ron, you begin to wake up yourself. But what are you doing, Kolobati? You hear Kalina shouting for Lowie. You hear like something's going on upstairs. You may be muted.
Okay, I'm gonna essentially leave the room, bang on Lowie's door, and head upstairs.
Got it. Lowie, you jolt awake. The rest of you at this point, you guys are kind of getting up. But I'm gonna say that, Kolobati, you come upstairs to see Kalina has like the lower torso of Yanis as he's like trying to climb out the window.
Attempting to like just lay on him and keep him on the floor.
You see, she's like on top of him. You see, like, let me go! Let me go!
He's going crazy.
Okay.
Jack! You see, he screams.
Okay. Move over to him, and it's like, I guess it's just like, shh.
Okay, you shush him.
That's right, shush him, tries to like calm him down.
I'm sorry, followed by what? Oh, to calm him down? Okay, yeah, got it. Yeah, go ahead and roll me a persuasion. I'm saying DC's 15. This guy's wigging out.
Yeah, look, your nephew's downstairs. He's coming. Don't worry. Everything is safe now.
Oh, okay. Roll with advantage. You say more to him. You see he stops. Lowie?
Yeah.
She's got you too!
No, he's fine. He's been traveling with us. He'll be up shortly.
All right, the rest of you guys are up. I'm gonna say Lowie though. What do? You hear your uncle screaming upstairs.
It turns over. Is Addie awake in her room?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, everybody's like getting up.
I'll be right back. Don't forget, we gotta go talk to folks today. That Theodore fella. And he gets out of his door and goes upstairs to see what the commotion is.
I'll
Got it.
follow.
I'm gonna move everybody upstairs unless somebody intentionally wants to stay downstairs at this point to do something. Let me know. And I'm just gonna move everybody up here. Yeah, all of you come up the stairs to see Kolabadi and Kalina like around Lowie on the ground. I'm sorry, Yanis on the ground here. Lowie, once Yanis sees you, he goes, "She's got you too, Lowie! Run!
Yes!
Run!"
Pipe down, lad. Pipe. Sorry, you wouldn't say lad. Pipe down, uncle. You're alive. You're off the damn ship. Korgos dead. Hold on. And he goes into his pack and he pulls out a slightly wet-looking sack out of his backpack.
Okay.
Here, look. And he walks over to Yanis while he's held down for him to see into the sack. Does he look?
Yeah, he looks.
Inside of that sack is the head of Korgos.
You see,
I killed him. You helped me kill him, remember? Get it together, man. Come on.
You see, he coughs. He goes, "All right, get off me."
He's alright.
Is he? Are you sure?
Nah, he's fine. Just a bit of that thing we still gotta take care of for him.
I will let go, but immediately be prepared to use a reaction.
You see, he stands up. He looks a bit embarrassed. You see, he kind of smoothes his clothes. Well, yeah. Hard to sleep on a bench, you know. So, oh, I can make some tea, huh?
Sure. We'll go into town and get you a cotton bread roll and all that stuff, Uncle. We'll get you settled. Why didn't you sleep downstairs? It's more comfortable than sleeping in this mess of an inn.
I wasn't sure. I mean, anything's better than that cell on that ship, I'll tell you that.
No kidding. But down there, you know, under the ground, feels a little more like home.
He nods and he goes, "Sorry, nephew. You know, I'll be better."
We'll get you a cotton bedroll and you'll be just fine.
Yeah, I'm gonna, you see he just kind of squeezes past you, Kalina. "Excuse me, I'll get some tea." You know, go ahead and let the fire hose loose too, you know. You see he just, awkwardly disappears to the back and leaves you guys standing there.
I'm gonna mention to Lowie what I heard him say before I woke him up about, like, why did you do it?
Oh, he had a rough go of it in, Korgos, you know, pleasantries and care.
I just wanted you to know that that was what he, I think that's what's going on.
Yeah.
There.
He's not settled yet.
Right.
I'll take him to see Hannah tomorrow. Or today.
Okay.
Anybody who does a double take sees sitting on the ledge there Salty Feathers. You see he's just bobbing his head up and down, looking at you guys.
Is somebody gonna go get that dirt? What are you?
No, go ahead, go ahead.
No, Lowie just points over at the window. Is anybody gonna go deal with that bird?
Oh yeah, that's what Tinnu was gonna do. I was gonna say I go over and I hold out a ration for him, 10 feet away from him, so he can choose to run or stay.
You see that he doesn't look scared as he looks more curious. You see he hops over and grabs a ration in one of his claws, and he flaps his wings and awkwardly flies his way out of the building.
Wait, Salty Feathers, do you need water? I chase him.
Well, row your boat! That's what you hear. That's just...
I don't think I have, like, oh, I do have, what is that thing called? A mess kit?
Mhm.
Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
take out the bowl, like a cup from the mess kit, and I'll put some water in it and leave it at his tree before I go back inside.
Oh yeah, you see he's just busy chomping, looking
I'll
at you,
leave him
looking
alone.
around.
That's all I do.
Do you have roll me an ins? Well, are you trained in animal handling at all? No, probably not.
No.
Don't worry about it. All right. Well, you guys are all up. I'm gonna say that you guys have, you spend whatever time to get yourselves together, splash water on your face, get all of your items, and maybe you guys come together here in the now cleaned out bar area. And I guess I can show this to you now. Actually, I'll wait till later on. Okay, what are you guys doing?
There are no objections. Ron's ready to head to town.
I apparently have some things I gotta go pick up.
We were supposed to take you to go see, Hannah, Kala.
Yeah. At some point today, I should probably get checked out.
We need to hit the lanterns also and let them know about the boat.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Unless anybody has anything they want to say or do further, I'm going to say that you guys leave down the sloped path back to that abandoned village, back to the main road, past Hendrick's farm, and you guys, after a good 30 minutes, hour or so, land back in Emberwood, bright and early. I'm going to say it's about 8 a.m. Let's go ahead and bring the sun out, and boom. You see that there are some people out here early in the morning. It's a nice day. It's slightly warm, but the air is dry. There is some breezes that come through, blowing some dirt and debris and whatnot around in this muddy town. You guys are going to go where first?
Once
I don't
you,
know,
should we go to the church?
A
right?
lot of people wanted to go different places.
Yeah.
All right.
So, what were all the places we wanted to go? There was the church, the hooded lanterns, and was there a third?
I gotta go buy supplies, but we don't have to go there. We just like
I
handle
need a
that.
couple supplies.
Yeah.
So we should probably go to the church or the hooded lanterns, not exactly in that order first, and then we can do supplies after we're done talking with them. Does that sound good?
Sure.
All right.
Well,
Which one do we do
healing
first?
takes a little bit, right?
What?
So-
Yes, you know that it took like about an hour for Tinnu to get resolved or cleaned up yesterday.
Is that long enough to talk to the hooded lanterns, or would you prefer all of us be there?
I would like to have at least someone with me that isn't Lowie, just in case the two of us see.
I'll
some
go.
again. Yeah.
Need to see them anyways too.
Because otherwise, I know a lot of you would not necessarily want to hang out in the church.
Yeah, Ron's
for an
okay
hour.
splitting out.
I gotta go stop by the Red Lion Hotel too.
Mhm.
You need help with that, Addy.
I'll take all the help I can get.
I'd like to join you for that.
I'll wait for you.
All right.
All right, so I guess it sounds like Kalina's going to head over here to the chapel and try to go ahead and get some healing. Meanwhile,
With Tinnu.
with Tinnu. Meanwhile, the rest of you are going to head over to the watchtower and then link back up all together and go to the Red Lion Hotel. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yes.
Okay.
I believe that's the intent.
Got it. You are here early enough to see that Caravan Court is just being set up. You can smell some food being cooked, even though it's suspect of maybe where the source of this food is. But there's some stands of some people, like, I don't know, some sliced meat, bread, and whatnot, and various other traders. You hit the Chapel of St. Ardina, and I'm not going to switch to that map unless you guys have something you want to specifically do, or say while you're there. But when you arrive, you see that the acolytes are up bright and early. You note that Flamekeeper Hannah, she's up, although she looks a bit tired. You can see that there's bags under her eyes, but she is still moving. Manning her station here at the chapel, getting everything ready and prepared for the day ahead, which probably more than you guys are gonna go ahead and arrive here. When you come in, Hannah, she greets you per usual, and she remembers just yesterday what you guys were talking about, being contaminated, and she agrees to go ahead and take a further look, and she would bring you to the back room that Tinnu was in, and at this point, Hannah just looks at you, Tinnu, as you guys are in the main chapel with the pews, and it's like an unspoken understanding that you're probably just going to have to wait out here. And then you guys drop off Tinnu and Kalina. And once you go into the back, Kalina, you're presented with this cot with these straps, and of course she tells you to go ahead and lay down as she finishes go ahead and getting out all the other items and things that she needs. And of course there's an acolyte that is there helping her.
Fun
Acolyte,
times.
Well, I ask you though, how did you sleep?
Brent, how did I sleep?
You feel better than yesterday, but that's like a low bar.
Considering I went unconscious multiple times. So
Yes.
yeah, I slept a lot.
She nods and gives you a smile, seeing that you're maybe not up for some small talk. But there's sunlight coming in the windows. It's a nice day, and you get strapped in. And Tinnu, I guess you just sit on a pew and wait. There's nobody in here right now besides, I'm going to say, another acolyte moving around, dusting all, sweeping the floor. You note that she does occasionally goes to the back where there's that massive altar with a brazier fire, and she checks on it, lights some candles and whatnot, and some sage.
You know how in Drakkenheim there's those the statue of Saint Tarna?
Yes.
Does this chapel have a statue?
Yes, you see back at the altar in the brazier, there is a motif of, you see Saint Tarna with a sword up, silver hair. It looks like this is all paint per se. It's like a wooden placard or a stone placard behind it. And you see that there looks to be angels around with their arms up to her as she points her sword up to what looks to be maybe a star or a pinpoint of light.
But it's not like a statue though, right? It's just a painting of her?
No, yeah, it's more like just what I want to say here, like a painted metal placard or motif. It just kind of sits there. What's a good? I mean, you guys have been to places where you've seen maybe you've been to a Catholic church, a Catholic church, and you've seen these placards of depictions of Jesus being born.
Okay.
It's almost like that. It's almost like that. It's just a scene on a metal plate that's painted.
I just want to check if she has. So you know how when we were at the first chapel, the church where we got the Saint Vitruvius thing, how she had the necklace. I want to check if this depiction has the necklace too.
Yes, it does.
And then, are there any other beings in the image that has that necklace?
No.
No.
The rest of the beings looks to be angelic figures. They all have wings. And they're all pointing towards her. And then there's two larger angelic figures with swords. That's right next to her, almost kind of like holding her up. But then none of them have any other objects on them.
Okay. And it looks exactly like mine, right? I pulled my shirt open and looked down.
I can't. I mean, the craftsmanship of this is not so detailed where it looks exactly like it, but like, yeah, she's wearing a necklace. It looks like with a little star thing, and you have something similar. It doesn't look identical, but it looks close enough, you know.
Okay, I note that and I go sit back on the pew. That's all. Thanks, Brett. Sorry.
Mm-hmm. No problem. Yeah, get your moments in, get more information. The rest of you, you guys, I guess, look at Tinnu, nod, and then head over to the watchtower here. I will go to a map for this one. Ooh, that base. All right. Let's see here. There we go. All right. Let's zoom in a bit on our stream map. And, all right. I've removed all of you from this map. I gotta put you back on. Let's see. Characters. Alright. Alice. And I'll put clean on here just for the sake of it. Kolabadi. Everybody. Here we go. Alright. So, I mean, you know, the old watchtower, you know, it's made of stone and wood. I mean, it stands against the morning light. You know, smoke from a large fire is at the top of this tower, and it kind of drifts off into the sky. You see a couple armed figures pacing back and forth at the top of our watchtower here. You see, bright and early, Ansem Lang is outside in the fenced practice yard. It's just a dirt lot, but it's stocked with some quality but well-used targets, wooden strike posts, and you see that there are some bins with practice or wooden practice swords. It looks like Ansem is helping some new recruits with their archery out here. You see also Captain Highlash is out here too, watching two hooded lanterns kind of spar with wooden blades. And she loudly like coaches them, calling them all types of names. And there she is. As you guys approach, Highlash, she notices you. She whistles to get Ansem's attention. And Ansem looks at her, then looks at you guys. You see he stops what he's doing, and he kind of huffs. He then walks over with like maybe like an overdone kind of swagger. You see he like leans against fence doors as you guys pull up. You see he looks over all of you and he goes, "Where's your handler? Playing with himself at the hotel?"
He didn't make it. But we have what we promised.
He didn't make it. What does that mean?
Means that Blackhorn cut him down.
He looks at the rest of you. Anybody say anything? Okay.
I'm not.
You see, he just looks at all of you as almost as he's waiting to hear a punchline, but he like realizes that you're serious, Torren. He just goes, "I'm sorry, Lowie."
Yeah, no, I say to Lowie to come over and show it to him. I imagine you have what is it, Terabyte?
What?
Talon Shredder, the shotgun.
Oh, he's not gonna recognize that. But yeah, sure. I'll take off.
I thought that was the bag. That was
Yeah.
Yeah, like we have his weapon. We're like, yeah, proof that Orion died, but we got him. is what I'm trying to imply. Well,
We
not
got
imply,
ahead.
just outright say. So,
I'll come up. They're not gonna care. Well, maybe the boy will, but maybe the lad will. But tell them about the important thing. Their commander will care about that.
and with that, we have information, as well as some things you might want that we left behind. But
Okay, everybody roll me let's do a group deception. You see, he as he you guys approach, and he looks at his bag, he looks at all of you again.
I
like
don't
he's
show
some
him the bag. I just walk up to Torren.
Oh, okay, alright. Well, we'll say everybody roll me a group deception here.
That's difficult.
Alright, let's see what's up. Alright.
We'll call the body no.
yeah.
Well, yeah, I'm not expecting to roll over single digits. I'm not sure what I'm being deceptive out of.
Oh, man. Okay. Okay. But yeah, you come up, he watches you as you go over. I mean, he's just looking at all of you. You see a little suspicion in his eyes. But yeah. Lowie, you're standing next to Torren. I mean, tell me what you're doing.
But we got the boat and information, and we'd like to share it with you. Wasn't that part of the deal? Whether
Orion came back or not.
I'm listening. You see, he leans on the fence and he just looks at you.
He's gonna probably want to see the map.
Map.
this is probably something that's been done not exactly outside. There are other forces at play. Forces that you guys don't particularly get along with.
He looks behind you and he looks around. And you see, if almost just to be defiant, he just goes, I don't see anybody looking around.
I look over at Addie.
She's just staring at him. At Ansem. Yeah, you don't see anybody looking around, that's the problem. Can we come in and have a conversation about this? Do you want the information?
You see he rolls his eyes and he goes, ah. You see that he backs away from the fence. You see that he bends down, he unlatches it, and he opens it just enough for you guys to come into the yard.
Thank you.
No, thanks.
You see, you know, Rain, Captain Rain Highlash kind of pulls up here too. She's like not trying to take over this situation. She's just kind of off to the side watching, but she's sticking near Ansem. You see he goes over. Oh, okay. Oh, well, sorry. My bad, guys. The door's. I was like, wait a minute, where's the door? The door is over here. He leads you over here, and you know, he opens the door into what looks to be the stable area. And then he looks back. Are you coming, Ron, or are you staying outside?
Oh, you're muted, Doug.
Sorry, I was muted. Yeah.
Got it.
No, I'm coming.
All right, I'll move you up in.
Thank you.
You see Ansem fold his arms, and then he gestures over to the table.
Alright. Alice?
Oh. Why?
think
Oh, I
you-
thought this.
I think
thought
you
this
have
was
it.
you, Torren.
Oh, I thought you.
Oh.
Yeah.
Should pull out the map that we pulled off of Korgoth's wall.
You see he takes it and he looks at it. That's it? You could have got this from anywhere.
I'm also getting the ledger out, and I'm gonna show it.
You see he looks over it. What happened to the ship then?
Torren, do you have the map? The map, please.
You see he hands it to you.
And I'm going to. We took it after we commandeered it. We took it down the river to about, and I'm going to mark the place where it was, where we left it. After that, we took the 2 dinghies, but grounded the ship, and we came back here. Suffice no one stumbled across it. It should still be there, in mostly decent shape.
That was last night.
Aye.
You see he looks at the map and he looks at the ledger.
If you get a group of people there soon, you should be able to claim it for yourselves.
He looks at Captain Highlash and he goes, well, damn. Highlash,
So got a full array of cannons, cannonballs, powder.
And enough delirium ore to sate your whistle, bud.
Highlash goes, you want me to check it out? And Ansem goes, yeah. Take BB and the guys with you. A few horses and a wagon. See what you can get.
There's a lot of tonnage. Do we know her name, Captain Highlash?
Yeah, they refer to her as Captain Highlash. You've heard that, yeah.
There's a lot of tonnage in that whole Captain Highlash. About a couple 100 pounds, maybe. And a lot of crates of firepower.
She nods at you, then she says to Ansem, I'll send someone off to the gate to get the tools necessary to sink it after we get what we can. You see she then opens this door here and she screams out to like these guys in the lot. She goes like, mount up! You see they stop the practicing and begin to grab their items. And then you see she goes past you guys. She goes to another door further down in the barn area. She yells the same thing. Looks like she's just mustering people to get together to go handle this.
I also look at Ansem. Why is she gonna sink it? Why aren't you guys gonna utilize it?
There's no use for the ship. You can't get in to the inner city through the waterways because of the tower dragons and the gargoyles. They'll just destroy it anyway. We tried before.
There's no way to use it to get around the outer layers.
Nope. The Rondron runs straight through the city. So if the boat's to the north, that's where it's stuck. If the boat's to the south, that's where it's stuck. But we don't need anybody else coming and trying to use it for their own purposes.
Well, it's out of our hands now, so...
So...
I do recommend, if you can, if you got some heavy cart, at least try to salvage the cannons for your gate.
Oh, we're going to try to get everything we can. At the gate, they have wagons, flatbeds, and more tools and stuff to be able to get the stuff off of it. Assuming all this checks out, right? So, you're saying, what? Korgoth killed Orion? The famous Orion Jones?
Aye. We were fighting off the rest of the crew, including his first mate. Orion challenged him on one-on-one. He was able to get the final strike in, but the gun went off at the last second, and Orion took a fatal blow.
Where's his body then?
The Minotaur.
Down the river, and we would considering how contaminated it is, and his heavy armor, decided not to go in after him.
Roll me a deception.
I was honest about that part. Nurse did take his body.
Well, I mean, what he heard was in ambiguous. He ended up in the river, and nobody decided to get his body after being shot. But yeah, go give me a group deception as you guys just stand there.
I'm gonna re-roll that with my hero point. I'm sorry, my inspiration.
Yes.
Cool.
There you are, Batsy.
Jesus.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter.
You could tell that he's like trying to think it over in his head, but that's not gonna he's not gonna let himself get bogged down by it. How did his soldiers take the news?
Don't know. Don't know. We charged on the boat. We left them at the dock, and we haven't seen them since.
Honestly, we're gonna go to the Red Lion Hotel afterwards to talk to whoever's there.
Well, that should buy us a little time, I guess. Until they send some other loser up here. I'd watch my back if I was you guys, though.
Some of those losers up here for what?
This is not the first time we've had nobles try to come up here and tell us what to do.
Oh yeah, I heard about that other Caspian fellow. What's with Drakkenheim or something?
Jackson?
Oh yeah, that asshole too.
What's he coming around saying?
A few times he's tried to get us to go in and help him deal with some monsters he's trying to go ahead and collect in the city, but I'm not going to waste my men trying to go ahead and have him bring up points on a scoreboard back at home. I mean, Kesselholm, they think a bit of coin from Caspia is enough to just let them come up here and babysit us. I mean, what can I say? I mean, the commander isn't having it. We already have his brother snooping around. He gestures towards you, Torren. I mean, if it was up to me, I'd drop his ass up here right with you guys. Call it a day.
What do you mean by snooping?
He kind of said, you tell me. Why are you here? To see him, right?
Among other things, yes.
What are these other things? Ah, see?
I want to try to get back to my home.
The road's right out there, buddy.
Yeah, but there's apparently a lot of things between me and it.
All I'm trying to really say to you guys is that we're tired of people trying to use our home, Drakkenheim, for their own plots.
You got the cannons and the gunpowder, lad. I don't know much more you want, and we're not asking for anything for it. Well, you'll find out from Captain Rain.
Well,
At the end of the day, we're not asking for much, but of all the groups and people vying for stuff, there's a number of us that have reasons to align with your cause. We do want... This is just a gesture of good faith. We do want to help. We're not going to tell you what to do, though.
I don't want to partner up with some blowhard like that Ryan fella.
when you say that note, Lowie, he nods. You see, he sits down. He goes, a while back, the Klein Kessel's coin and supplies dried up. we've been kind of living on a quarter of the rations and repairing old armor ever since. Gelt's dad stopped giving Kesselholm the coin for some reason. Either they've given up on our cause, or they're giving gold to someone else who wants to claim our home.
Well,
Either way, the Countess in Kesselholm, where your brother came from, that Countess made some deal with the Jones and they started to supply us. But no one thought to ask what the people of Drakkenheim would think about that deal. So, I mean, he's gone, he's gone. We don't want his coin anyway. We knew some bullshit claim for the throne was coming regardless. I mean, we'd rather fight with sticks than let the Caspians tell us what to do. Well, that's at least what I
agree.
think. Do you?
Do not.
My sister thinks a little bit different, though. She thought we can go ahead and use them. The commander told us to keep them busy while we work on some other things. But I guess, like I said, doesn't matter now, does it?
apparently not.
Technically, we don't even know if the royal family's dead. I mean, their bodies were never found. And you've been to Drakkenheim enough to know weird magic can cover things up. I mean, rumor has it, and people have been saying it for years, that the queen escaped in the chaos. Until we recover the crown and the other regalia, and confirm the death of the king and queen, no one sits on the throne, as far as I'm concerned.
Can't disagree with that.
Those are all tales for late night drinking. Lucky for you chumps, Petra already told the commander what you guys said about Magdalena, the spy master. If this ship checks out, I think he may want to have a chat with you guys.
Here's hoping then.
Indeed.
Oh. Hi, you go, Addie.
I was just agreeing. Go.
If you guys get those potions that Reed Manor sorted out, I might be able to get you an escort to the garrison to meet him. If not, you can go to Shepherd's Gate. That's where Petra's at. You can try to beg her to get the commander to meet you there, but good luck. And your brother says, looking at you, Torren, he's on rotation, setting up supply caches just outside Garmir territory. It's near the middle ward. At least that's what Petra said. He's supposed to be out there the next week. You can try to find him out there, or you can wait till he gets back to Shepherd's Gate, assuming he comes back alive.
I see. Thank you, Exum.
How about you guys come in, check in a bit later, I don't know, tonight or tomorrow or something.
Aye.
Sure, we can do that.
We can do that. And we should be able to get to the manor pretty soon. We have a couple bit of business to do and some recovery before then, but it shouldn't be too long.
You see he stands up. He reaches out to shake your hand, Torren.
I will reach out and shake it.
All right. He goes and just opens the door and waits for you guys to let yourself out.
Yep. I'll give him a curtsy and leave.
You guys leave back out.
Lowie doesn't leave the room.
Okay.
After everybody else goes, he walks up to Ansem. Lad, you made me a bet. And he goes into that sack and he pulls out Korgoth's head. He sets it on the floor.
He looks at it surprised, and he looks at you.
Well, your word is good as your coin.
Sure. Remind me what the bet was again?
25 gold. And I'll do you one better. I've got a piece of free information, and I'll let you win it back double. If you can kill the thing I've got for you.
And what is that?
A thing that's been hunting your folks near Shepherd's Gate, from what I hear.
Continue on, dwarf. You see he's counting coins out of a side pouch.
Oh, go over. Let me go look at my notes. I gotta read what the rat guy told me. Rat. What was his name? Was it literally called Rat?
Yeah.
Yep.
Shit. I got 50.
Rat the Ratling.
Rat. Ah, here we go. Okay. Yeah. You know, that Kurgoth pirate, he had a lot more than just folk pinned up in his prisons on the ship. Had a rat thing. Man, I don't know. Called itself Ratto. Believe that.
A ratling.
Mm-hmm. Spoke a lot about bridges, how to get over them. Talked about the sewer entrances under the river, how to get that they flow through there. And that apparently, get this, you let me know if he's lying on this one, Ansem. There's a dead ferryman that wanders the Dran up and down the city. You ever heard of that before?
Yeah. I've
No
heard it down
shit.
at the bars. That's what they say. I personally have never seen it, but there is some dead guy that carries people across the river.
You ever met him?
No.
Oh, that's not the thing I was gonna mention. See, when I was getting him talking, he was saying something about this Rat King. Some big... I mean, you've seen ratlings. I mean, you've probably killed, what, dozens? Maybe hundreds at this point, depending on how long you served here?
Yeah. They seem to multiply pretty quick, though.
Well, this Rat King, right? This bastard's been organizing him, according to this Ratto fella. In fact, he's as tall as you are, if Ratto's hands are to be believed. Big as Torren, at least. And he points out the door. And get this, his entire set of teeth replaced with delirium. Mad fucking thing. And apparently, they eat, what did he say? Green cloaks. And they're posted up somewhere around Shepherd's Gate signpost.
Yeah. They're all in the sewers, basements, any hole they can hide in. Sometimes you get a bit too close to Shepherd's Gate, and we have to go ahead and beat them back. But yeah, if you're not too careful where you're sleeping at, one will eat your foot off, or more. But you're trying to tell me he told you where the Rat King's at.
He invited us to meet him, of all things, for freeing him.
He invited you to meet him.
Mm-hmm.
You see the gears are turning his head on that.
But I figured it'd be fair, give you a chance to win back your coin. If you want to take the first crack at the hunt, and considering we all have to rest up for a bit, go check it out for yourself. Or don't, your men, it's your business. I just want to give you a chance to earn back your coin. Since I took ahead, figured you want to do it kind.
I'll think about it.
Fair enough.
Take
And
that thing with you. You see he looks at the head on the ground.
He holds out his hand.
You see he begrudgingly gives you a shake. He gives you your coin.
Good lad. Curious if you're gonna pay.
I'm not a lad.
How old are you anyways, Ansem?
You see he kind of looks to the side on that. Old enough.
Alright, well you can tell me about it. when I come back and invite you for a drink after your successful hunt. Or just to fuck around if you're gonna not in 2 days. I don't care. It's your coin anyways that I'll be paying with. He nods to him and picks the head up, puts it over his shoulder, and starts to walk out.
When you get to the door, he goes, "The sword and skull."
Brave lad. See you there.
He goes, "Sundown."
Fair
No,
enough,
actually,
lad.
wait a minute. No, he goes,
No.
Where are you staying at?
Outside of town. Why?
I'll come pick you up when I'm ready.
Alright, lad.
But where are you
I'm
staying
sorry.
at?
Looks at him up and down. The old inn. You know where Hendrick's farm is?
Yeah?
There's a village round there. On a bluff. You find the big inn, you'll find us.
Where the Garmir was holed up at.
Yeah, that did.
Alright. You're buying.
You're paying. He walks out.
Alright.
Onto my sheet. You all see Lowie chuckling to himself when he comes out.
Did you win your bet?
Mm-hmm. He is honest with his coin. The lad impressed me.
All right. You guys leave the watchtower. Head back around to the chapel. It hasn't been that long. I would say that whole interaction maybe took about 30, 45 minutes or so. But you come back and you can probably wait out these few minutes if you want to. You can hear Kalina in the back. Well, I don't know. Maybe not. Roll me a Constitution save, Kalina.
Come on, Kaylee. You got this.
Nope.
Shit.
You're screaming bloody murder back there. Just, yeah. And like I described before, I mean, you're awake while this is happening, and it is not a pleasant experience. It's like all of the nausea, achiness, and sickness rising to the surface of one's skin, and of course all of this liquid coalescing into what's the name of that? I keep forgetting the name of that fluid. It starts with an F. Ferrous fluid, like a Ferrous fluid.
Mm-hmm.
But as you guys are standing around waiting, if you don't do anything, eventually, Kalina, you get done with your experience. Tunic's covered in sweat, but they give you some fresh water, and of course they're going to charge you 200 gold for this.
Yup. I will pay them the 200 gold.
You see Hannah, she's been sweating herself, dabbing her forehead. You note that this ritual seems to be very mind intensive as she's evoking these divine powers. She doesn't look great after the experience, and but she's grateful for the coin that you stack on the small side table there in this back room. The acolyte goes ahead and leads you back out with your things, of course, and you link back up with the party. What are you guys doing next?
25 gold a lot in D&D world?
In this world, 25 gold is it's a substantial amount. It's like
If we weren't in Drakkenheim, it'd be worth twice as much.
Yeah, exactly. Out here, probably not so much, but
Yeah.
Okay.
Essentially, a skilled laborer's daily wage is probably 2 gold.
Yeah.
A day.
Okay. So when I'm gonna wait for like everybody to leave except for Hannah, and then I'll go in and I'll give her like 25 gold. I think I would have probably put it in a pouch, and I'll give it to her for you, not for the church. I would say to her.
She goes, thank you, but by all means, you need the coin more than I do. The chapel here supplies everything I need, but I really appreciate it.
No, please take it, Hannah. You helped a lot of us.
Well,
And
it's gonna
all
go.
I have to keep
it's gonna.
it for you.
You see, she seems to think about that. She goes, I'll think about what I can use it for. Thank you.
Good. Maybe buy some candy.
If you find some, let me know.
Okay. And Tinnu leaves. She kind of skips out the door. Candy.
Tinnu, help me put my armor back on. I'm
Okay.
tired.
I'm coming.
Yeah, you guys all stand out the front of the chapel of St. Ardina, and Acolyte is also helping you get your things back together, Kalina, with your sister. And once that's done, you can see that more people are finding into Caravan Court. You can see small groups of explorers of Drakkenheim leaving out of Emberwood. Ooh, you guys are now heading to the Red Lion Hotel, I believe.
Yes.
You guys show back up to the hotel, and when you arrive, you note that there's a lot of activity out front. Not going to have it all depicted here, but each one of these black wagons, you see that there looks to be a bunch of armored men. They all have insignias of House Jones and Caspia on them. And you see that it looks like they're packing up a bunch of stuff, and they're putting it in these wagons. Also standing out here is everyone's favorite goblin. Let's see here.
And the ghost of Orion Jones right next to Tinnu.
You know, outside are also the two guards that traveled with you guys to Drakkenheim. I'm sorry, to the docks. You see that they instantly go over to Leamington and like flank him and point you guys' direction as you're walking up.
We still look pretty shitty, right?
Yeah,
I'm
you've
assuming.
cleaned up, but yeah, you still look, pretty battered and beaten.
Yeah, throw water in your face.
Just checking, because
Yeah.
we did fight. He should know that we fought.
You see, he just kind of stiffens up as you guys approach. There's a bunch of guards down here. Everybody's like moving shit into these wagons. Miss Castell, it's good to see you again.
And she just nods at him. Leaving so soon?
Well, I figured that you and your friends here would have ran off with whatever loot you found after disposing of Lord Jones.
How did we dispose of him?
How about you tell me?
I was just curious what you heard. I'll tell you and I'll correct you. I just want to know what was said.
I don't have the time to play these games, Miss Castell. If you don't have anything to add to the ledger, which my men have also already reported, then
Then what?
then I guess we're done here. Is there anything you would like to let Joanna know?
Alice will just kind of smile. You're running back to her so quickly.
Well, my lord apparently is dead. I think that's worth reporting back to House Jones. Don't you?
Yeah. I just.
But don't
You can
worry,
let-
Miss Castell. I understand your silence. I've worked with people of your type for most of my life. You have something to hide. And I think I already know what that is.
Oh, I don't
But-
really have anything to hide.
To be honest, Miss Castell, I don't care that much. I serve at the pleasure of House Jones, and I will be reassigned. So if there's something you would like me to report for your sake, maybe I could do you a favor.
You could do me a favor. You can tell Johanna, that Orion is dead. That I did it. Because I want her to know. And you'll also tell her that she should know whatever fools she sends after me and back here, their blood will be on her hands. So yes, scurry home. And if I see you in Westamar again, you won't be able to go back home. You can do me that favor, Leamington.
You see a tight smile comes over his goblin face. Very well then, Miss Castell. I will let Joanna know that. A little bit of free advice. Or maybe information. When I tell Joanna what you've told me and what the reports here say, there'll probably be no corner of the realms you'll be able to hide. Except maybe one place. It's in a big castle in a city nearby. And even then, I would be careful what I eat and drink. Good luck to all of you in your future endeavors. You see him and his men, they go to the wagons, continue about their business.
All right.
Gonna lean over to Alice and say, we're not gonna be hiding though, right?
No.
Hey, Andy.
Hmm.
You sure I can't plug him?
No, he's got to deliver a message for me. If you see him again after he's left, you don't have to ask.
All right, then.
And Alice would turn and walk away. Leave it at that.
I wish we had Post-its. I would put one that says "kick my butt" and stick on his back.
Oh my god.
Oh, shit.
One last thing, Miss Castell. You see he comes over. He reaches into a side pouch he has. And you see he takes out a neatly folded piece of paper. That has an address. You can send me a letter if you, in the future, ever feel like you need my services as a herald.
Can
I know a
insight
lot of
check
people
that?
and a lot of things. Sure, you can insight check. All you get from him is that, you know, he seems to be watching his back in this instance.
Hmm.
But you don't get like he's really trying to be the most loyal ally in the world.
He's hedging his bets.
Got it. Yeah. Okay. That's what I just want to make sure that was what he's doing and he wasn't just being a shit. Alice will take it and.
You have stepped onto this in this Game of Thrones, and he is noticing and playing his options.
Alice will look back at him and go, I won't be hiding. I'll be easy to find. Should you want to offer something worth more than your life.
Very well. He just walks away.
Yeah, she'll pocket the paper.
All right. You guys leave the Joneses to their business, and if you stand around in the distance, you see that they were about done packing anyway, and you're gonna see like a file of these wagons pile out, and then they hit the road. You do see Stratos, the owner of the Red Lion Hotel, standing at the door, looking quite depressed. Though you see he throws his hands up and he goes back inside.
His meal ticket left. Poor thing.
Yes, he's not happy.
That's business.
Can I scan the carriages here? Do I see any black carriages? That might be the guy that took my mom, just in case.
I would tell you no. No, none of these
Okay.
look like that.
Okay.
Bren's not gonna make it that easy.
Oh, hey, you never know.
No
It
harm in
could be
asking.
one of those situations where we didn't ask.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair.
True. All right.
No.
So is anybody doing anything else unique on this day before we get into some downtime? I know you said you guys wanted to buy some stuff or sell some stuff.
But Bati didn't get cleansed, nor did Ron.
Ron wants to buy before he does what he needs to do. I didn't know if you got a chance to look over the Discord info I had sent you.
Oh, let me see. What's up?
Yeah, Bhakti was going to go to Old Zoya for her decontamination, as well as pick up some supplies while she's here.
You can go with Rondo and Zoya then, after town, if you're good with that.
I don't know why you guys all don't want to just go to the church. They're
It's right here.
Right here.
Well,
I mean,
Hannah,
the only reason-
Busy. I figured Hannah was tired, you know.
yeah,
Well,
Hannah
Hannah's
did look really tired.
And Hannah's tired, and like Ron, I'm an old god worshiper.
I'm fine, so that's the reason I'm not going. Maybe in the future, but
Also, screw Camp Dawn. Those people charge an arm and a leg. Holy crap.
All right. I'm sorry. There was something in the Discord you sent to me, Ron.
In DoD Ron, the private channel.
Okay. Let's see. Did you? I don't see anything. Did you send it?
Yeah, I'll copy and paste it so it shows up.
Oh, okay. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought you said something new here. Okay, yeah.
No, I only added one extra thing as the last line.
Gotcha.
So,
Oh, I forgot.
Mm-hmm.
you need to go to Zoya too?
No, I was supposed to ask Hannah. Louis told me last time.
Oh, yeah.
Until Brent's done about the a diamond before I go buy one for the full price.
Yeah.
Wait, was everybody okay with that? If I use the party gold to buy that?
Well, that's
Yeah.
why it's there.
That is a worthy party.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so let's see. I'm just gonna go ahead and say the as far as the seeds are concerned,
Yeah.
we're just gonna say that it's part of rations, whatever the rations cost here, and
One
so
gold per day.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Okay, well, the reason being for the seeds is for, drawing a blank. So Louis' uncle to plant basically food seeds before I cast the spell.
Mm-hmm.
So, so 1 gold, essentially.
Yeah.
Cool. Add that in.
Yeah, you
That's
link up
really
with
cool.
Marlowe, yeah, and he gives you all the things you need, and he, of course, goes, it's all of you again. It's good to see you so much. It's been a few days. You're still alive. That is good. That is fantastic. And I'm glad that you want to buy some seeds. You can have seeds.
Thank you.
I forgot about this guy.
Yeah.
And I will take a gold out. Alrighty. And then... Does Old Zoya require anything additional outside of the Dungeons of
Nothing.
Drakkenheim requirement?
No. Yeah, we're just gonna go with what's in the book there. Whatever, I guess reagents or ingredients and things of that nature. When you go up to Old Zoya, we can go ahead and say that you guys go up there, you start dealing with this. You asked her before whether she was willing to teach you. She told you to come back here today. So it looks like she has all of the supplies probably necessary. She did give you a shopping list too. And let me see.
Yeah. So whatever's on that shopping list.
Got it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. We could just go ahead and fast track that. I'm not going to give up
Absolutely
play. Yeah. You get all the stuff that she required, and you head up there. Let's see here.
Brent,
Could I?
real quick.
Yep,
I'm
you go.
sorry.
You and I both got stuff to buy too.
I forgot to ask Hannah. While we were at the chapel, I would have asked Hannah if the church would be willing to sell me a diamond, a spell component, at a cheaper price than the caravan would.
Spell components were based regular cost.
Yeah, but we were because before they offered, like, if we did things for them, they could help us out. And I'm just asking, just to ask. Like, if they can't, then they can't. It's fine.
Let's see here. She goes, well, unfortunately, it's hard to get these resources here in the first place. Most of the stuff that we get comes from Camp Dawn. I would hesitate to try to take discounts from St. Ardina. I would ask Camp Dawn if you're looking for that. But, the normal, prices and stuff, she'll go ahead and sell it for her. She's not going to get a discount, though.
Okay, yeah, that's fine then. If real quick again, last time I asked everybody, is everybody okay with me spending the 300 party gold for a diamond for Revivify?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yep.
Hey Brent, can I buy some basic stuff for Yanis, like bedroll and stuff to cook?
Yeah, you can just put it in the treasure channel. Yeah, you
Okay.
stop by over to Armin's Goods, and you're able to buy that stuff.
So I just want to have him not be on the floor on a bar when he's sleeping. And a couple amongst other stuff.
Okay, and as far as the second to last line here in the message you sent me, Ron, we'll get back to that. We'll get back to that.
No, that's fine. I just want to give you everything and then discuss what needs to be later.
But you guys head up to Old Zoya's. Once again, like I said, it's a beautiful day out. Just some clouds in the sky. The weather is nice. It is springtime, even though the vegetation is dead or weird looking. You pass all of the small dream catchers and items hanging from trees before you get to the shrine and her hut. You see the cats at the front, and you bang on the door for a minute. Before finally you see a disheveled Zoya who looks like she was asleep open the door. He goes, "What do you want?" Oh.
Yes, it's me.
Oh, you guys run early hours.
Running early hours lets us get more done.
She sees she yawns and she just gestures for you guys to come in. You got my stuff.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, good. If you drop the stuff on the table, she takes a look through it and nods at all these various powders and items. She complains about the quality of some of them, and bitches about how she can find something better in the forest if she had time. But besides that, you see she organizes them and she goes, I don't have time to train all of you.
No, he needs fixing, I believe. I'm here with you for a few days to learn.
We just came because we like seeing you.
Well, we can use one of your friends as a starting place. You see, she smiles.
He smiles back.
Tinnu's eyes widen and looks at Bati like.
I made it through fine.
All right, and so after this, I think we're getting into downtime days.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna go ahead.
Yeah, because you said the other NPCs I wanted to talk to, we would do during downtime,
Yes,
so that's why I didn't speak up.
Yes. All right. So let's go ahead and where do I want to do this from? Let's go ahead and do it from the Drakkenheim map. I will do from the world map. All right. And
It's currently the 9th of springtime, right?
it is the 10th.
10th. Okay.
It is now the 10th. Yeah, let's do. All right. Okay. So, downtime day activities. Now, I'm gonna we're gonna gotta go through this line by line here. Well, first, let's go ahead and decide the baseline of days we're gonna go ahead and spend. Now, the day passes. You know, you guys leave Ron up here with Kolabadi, and Kolabadi, you do get healed. Eventually, even though it takes quite a long time, as Zoya's yapping to Ron and they're asking questions and doing all types of stuff. But
how much should I mark off?
she'll charge you the same amount as yesterday in game.
200.
Yeah.
It's 200.
Yes.
That's what I got charged.
200. She'll go ahead and charge you. And then after that, we can go ahead and imagine here that there's just a time lapse. You know, the sun rises, it falls, the city or the town of Emberwood comes alive in the day, congested with people, and then empties out at night. People come and go. Some faces you recognize. You see them consistently, even though maybe you've not have talked to them. But then occasionally there's new faces that just pop up. And then some people you think you've seen consistently just aren't around anymore. And the scavenging of Drakkenheim continues. So I guess first what we should do here is figure out how many downtime days we're going to spend. We got 20 in the bank that we can go ahead and do before we kind of have no choice but to move on. Now, what I have is Lowie. During this time down, you got all the equipment and stuff you need in order to create your gun oil, right?
Yep. I'll write that in the items purchase channel once you're good with it.
Yes. Now, Lowie's gonna need. Well, he would like 5 days, downtime days, to create 25 units of gun oil. So that's 5 days for that. And then he wants to spend maybe a day or two carousing, obviously getting back with Ansem here to do that. But that's just like a day in which that can be done. Then there is, of course, learning purge contamination from Old Zoya that Ron is here doing. That takes 6 hours. I'm gonna say that takes we could calculate the hours on that. But that's 6 hours you spend in one of these downtime days, right? All right. And next we have I believe Kalina, you wanted to spend time learning this purge contamination. Is that what I heard? Is that what I saw?
Both me and Ron wanted to try and learn it.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought it was 6 days to learn the spell.
Oh, is it? I mean, correct me if I'm wrong.
2 days per
Okay.
spell level.
Got it. Yeah,
Yeah,
6
it's
days
level
in. My
3.
bad. 6 days.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Please, make sure I got this right.
I mean, I'll take 6 hours,
No,
but
no.
I want to play fair, so.
All right, 6 days for that. Then, now, Kalina, Old Zoya, doesn't seem to be really interested in teaching you this. She just tells you to get out. If you try to
really?
stick around. Kalina, yeah.
Oh.
Ron, you're fine. But she's like, I'm only taking one person at a time here. And anyway.
I just thought that because we had asked at one point if anyone at the church knew it, and they said that
The church, yes.
I thought that I would have to learn there because
Okay.
it was like divine magic or whatever.
Got it. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you're absolutely right. Yeah. I
didn't realize there was any choice anyway.
Well, no. Yeah. So now you know that it seems like Old Zoya has her own way to go ahead and cast this purge contamination, but the church also does it too. So if you ask Flamekeeper Hannah about this, she would tell you that Ophelia would probably be the person that would be best. And Ophelia, you catch her on one of these days, when she arrives at St. Ardina, and she would say that she would make time to do such, but first she has some unresolved business with some of your friends, Lowie in particular, who told her about this expedition with the Minotaurs and having a map of smuggling routes and stuff like that. She wants to see that before anything. So, do you guys give this information to her?
I think the plan was for Louis to make a
copy.
Okay.
a copy.
We were making copies of the map with partial information, I think.
Yeah.
When you say partial
So we would give
information,
her that.
what information are you leaving out?
Alice, is there any particular locations you don't want people to know about? That's the stuff that Lowie wouldn't put on it.
The place, I'm trying to remember what it's called.
The old house?
The old house. She would want that one left off.
All right.
That's the only one she'd want left off.
All right.
Got it. Okay, you would make these copies, and on one of these days, you guys would get together and head over to Camp Dawn. And it's just as you left it, bustling with activity. And will you guys link up there with Ophelia Reed and give her this map? She says that she'll look it over with, the night captain. And on another one of these downtime days, after apparently it checks out enough for them, she would definitely invite you back, Kalina. Let's go ahead and, I meant to do this at the beginning of our session, but I'll do it now. When you give her that map, I'm going to go to our tabletop here. And I'm assuming that you guys are coming to her, honest with, like, look, you're not telling her you left stuff off the map, but you're telling her, like, this is what we found. This is the information we found. You're not trying to deceive her in any way about the information that you're put on these maps, besides leaving out, what we talked about, the old house. So, now if there's some other type of tomfoolery you guys want to go ahead and do with at Camp Dawn, you can let me know. But let's go ahead and adjust our reputations and stuff here. Will you give her this information? Ophelia Reed
God.
and
wow.
yeah, they're quite pleased. They look it over as a boon, and you all will get a sense that the Knight Captain and the Knights of the Silver Order is going to be using this information quite extensively. And because you guys have made yourselves allies with the Silver Order. Congratulations. Let's see here. You've made a little bit of headway with the Hooded Lanterns. As you already know, our our cultists are not really pleased with you guys. There hasn't been really any change with the Queensmen here and the Academy. Now, being allies with the Knights of the Silver Order does grant you guys some benefits. And I'm going to say that, Kalina, you spend those 6 days or so at Camp Dawn, and you will get a sense of, what they're willing to help you with, what boons they're willing to go ahead and give you. And when you arrive, like, on the second day, Kalina, of your studies here at Camp Dawn, she offers you a horse. And
Oh.
she goes, it's better than walking. And I know that all the time, Ophelia would tell you this, I can't be there to go ahead and pick you up. But I haven't forgot about that griffin ride. She's like, I'm talking with some of the folks here at Camp Dawn now, and seeing what we can go ahead and do with some training. She offers, though, that if you spend 10 downtime days, she'll train you to ride a griffin. And I'll put this in the channel
would
later.
love that. I do need to see what the party, how much time we have.
Of course. She goes, if any of your other friends need a horse or something to get around, let me know, and I'll see what I can go ahead and do. I can't tell you that. Look, try to keep them alive, all right? I can't promise that there will always be a horse here, and, if you get one of them killed, so. But I think I can get enough for each of you, if you want one.
I can talk to them. That may be very helpful.
Sure. But while you're training there with her, she gives you a warhorse. She goes, unfortunately, the knight that had this horse, there was a lady, she perished in Drakkenheim, but the horse, we found him out in the field and came back. And this was her horse. And I hope you would go ahead and treat her well, just as the other knight did. May her soul rest in peace.
Does she have a name?
Let's see here. Random horse name generator.
What?
That's right.
You should let Kala name her.
Well, no, I would.
If you asked, it makes sense the horse would have a name.
If the other
Equinox
had already named
Ooh,
her,
that's pretty.
it is pretty. I would have wanted to honor that,
Yeah.
I like it.
To be
Picasso.
fair, the implication that this was someone else's horse implies that it did have a name.
Yes.
It works so well with the two-handed sword Torren has too. Twilight. Oh my god.
Like, there's a theme going on.
Yes.
Whether we know it or not.
It's a powerful horse. The horse looks like it's a bit aged, but it's definitely seen stuff in Drakkenheim, and it doesn't look like it's easily scared. But yes, the horse name is Equinox. And,
What pattern is it, Brent? What does it look like?
I
I love it.
Let's see.
You must commit. You've created this character. You must commit now.
It's fine. That is perfectly fine. I will color
We're
code.
each getting
Here
one,
we go.
right? So you should make one for each of us.
Yeah, I will. Okay, I found a generator. To be determined, but I have to put in some stuff here.
Said it
So,
was a war
Equinox.
it's a
All right,
warhorse.
everyone. We
War
might have
horses are
picture.
gonna be
We might have some kind of
for-
picture of Equinox.
I want
stay
a white
tuned.
one. I want a white pony.
A war horse is more likely to be something like an Andalusian or like a Frisian or an Arabian. It's not going to be a workhorse like a Clydesdale. As much as I love Clydesdales.
Yeah, I need to brush up on my horse knowledge.
You
So,
need to
guys.
on your question. On your
Just
question.
give her a Mustang. That's the best.
There you go. Yeah. But I will come up with I guess specifics of that later. But sure, why not? We can go with Mustang for now. As far as the color of the horse, I have no idea. I will leave it up to you, Kalina. If you even want to color this horse, it can be
Okay.
what horse you want it to
I'll
be.
come up with a horse.
But the horse's name is Equinox because I like that name.
Okay. I do
All
like
right.
that.
And but yeah, Ophelia does tell you while you're at Camp Dawn, if your friends want a horse, they're gonna have to come up here and get it themselves. So but all right, and what happened? Okay, so that takes that's gonna for Kalina. That's gonna take 6 days or so. Ooh, actually, I should have played this one. This one play. And we'll go ahead and do. Here we go. We'll put this image up. All right. So we have that. Next, so we got 6 days for that. 5 days for gun oil. So the highest amount of days we're talking right now is 6. We got some research that is going to be going on here. I would say the fine. This is a good track. I would say that to talk with each one of these people, Alice, I mean, that's not going to take a bunch of days per se. Let me go and see what I said.
Oh, I was gonna say this is a nice picture.
Oh, sorry.
No, I didn't mean to interrupt you. I was just in awe of the painting.
It is a nice painting.
Yeah, I wish I could paint. I can't paint. I need lines.
All right, we already did the investigation for the books.
Mm-hmm.
All of you guys working together, so we don't got to worry about that. Right now, I'm looking for the thing that costs the most amount of days. So it looks like for now, really learning purge contamination. That's the thing that's going to take the most amount of time. So it looks like at base, you guys are spending at least 6 downtime days to learn these spells. Is there any more beyond that you guys are looking to spend?
I think as a party, we decided to spend 7 or 8.
7
we
or
talked
8,
about
okay.
it.
Yeah,
I was
'cause-
thinking, yeah.
I want to do the plant growth spell, which
So
takes 8
six-
hours, so I figured that's one additional.
Yeah, so Ron has
Okay.
the 6 days for music contamination, and then the 1 for plant growth. So I think 7 days total is what we is 7
Got it.
days max for our downtime is what is the
I,
plan.
I can drink a second day. That's fine. Easy.
I mean,
Well,
I
You don't want
I,
to go
might be,
drink it, no.
I might be bugging you to help me write spell scrolls, but it depends on how I split the days. Oh, Lowie.
Oh, wait, I'm writing the spell scroll. Okay, interesting.
Yeah,
All right.
because remember we were talking about that? You said that you would help me, right? You and Bati?
Yeah.
But I'm not sure, though, because I'm not sure how much time I'm spending on holy water, because to make enough that I would want to is 700 gold. I don't have that.
Holy cow! Yeah, no.
Yeah, so...
I don't have Arcana or Calligrapher's tools. I don't know if Lowie can make scrolls.
Torren does have Calligrapher's tools if you want to ask him for help, because he's going to probably have some free time.
Okay, yeah. Then I would ask whoever, because depending on... I don't know what Tinnu's doing. Depending on how much I can get out of the 7 days, I probably split it between the spell scrolls and the holy water. I might just make, like, enough cleanse for 2 people. So, no jumping into contaminated water, guys.
All right.
All right.
We'll hold off on that pool.
If we
then.
can avoid it.
Okay. All right, 7 days is the maximum amount we're spending. Got it. All right. So, starting on the today here on the 10th, you guys are learning your spells. On the 11th, the following day, you guys get Kalina settled with Camp Dawn, and of course she explains about the war horses, and so Kalina will, I guess for the remaining of those days, be training at Camp Dawn then. Now, I mean, you guys don't got to spend overnight there. I mean, it's like just come back the next day, per se. And and I would say maybe on the 12th is when Kalina comes back with Equinox. And you guys get word about there being some war horses at your disposal as necessary. Right. Okay. On the 13th, you finally catch up with Alice. She was part of the free lunch group with Don Lero. And you wanted to check in with her and ask her a few questions about whatever happened to good old Don.
Oh, yeah, I would have been looking for him because I knew he went to the Fearsome Four and we knew where their place was, so she would have tried to go there. But if she would have found Anne, then that's fine.
Well, you would know that, like, that's out in Drakkenheim.
Oh, okay, then yeah, no.
Yeah, like, but you do catch up with Anne. You note that she's obviously her old group is disbanded, but she's found another group of individuals, and she seems to be staying at the cottages in Emberwood. It's pretty much a circle of cottages that are in town that the owners of the Bark and Buzzard, you know, that couple, they rent out to people. It's a premium spot since it's right there in Emberwood, so this group, you would imagine, has some gold behind them. Behind these rows of cottages is a bonfire that usually the people staying at the cottages will kind of start towards the evening time. And it's really just a bunch of old debris, trash, maybe some old wood and stuff people brought in. And you will see Anne standing at this bonfire with her new compatriots, which I think I got images of these guys. Let's see here. Okay. When you approach, you're gonna go ahead and see... adventurers, here we go. This lady, who seems to be calling the shots for the rest of this group. Also with them is this guy. And a very bookish looking individual. This guy. And lastly, this elf lady. And of course, Anne is here with them. So just imagine standing in a dirt lot with pretty much a bonfire and some barrels and stuff around. You approach her on one of these downtime days and ask about good old Don. And, you see that, she just shakes her, like, her head and almost like disappointment. And she tells you, look, a few days back, he came back to our old hideout, drunk off of his ass, raging about going to finding the Furious Four. So, I mean, Lausian and I, he said he had directions to them. We took him out to Drakkenheim. We tried to tell him don't go, especially not in the middle of the night, but he seemed all about it. And so, you know, we escorted him to Drakkenheim and he left and we haven't seen him since. I mean, he's probably dead. That's what she'll tell you.
Well,
I mean,
I'll try and
begin.
help him out.
Well, leading him to those goons probably wasn't help. I mean, she would tell you, from what I understand, they have a talking smart bear with them, and they're killers. And when you run across them, you better run. So, yeah, he's probably dead. Good job, she says sarcastically.
Alice just kind of shrugged. Well, you seem to be doing good. You run around with now.
Well, we call ourselves NO. New objective.
What's the new objective?
That's what we're always finding out, apparently. Right now, that's none of your business.
Totally fair. Well, you know, we're running around. We've been in and out a few times, so maybe we work something out that works out better for all of us.
Alright, see you around. Oh! Your, dwarf friend?
Uh-huh.
It's quite popular.
How much is he going for now?
I don't know how much it is right now, whatever was on that flyer before, but I can tell you that, the description on the flyer is pretty good. It also mentions that, usually he'll be hanging around a lizard. Which kind of makes him stick out, you know. And some elven witch.
And an elven witch. They describe the ones they need to be worried about. Got it. If they want to get bit in the hex, they can try.
We have other objectives. So you don't gotta worry about us.
Oh, good to know. Appreciate it. Good seeing you around.
She gives you a nod and she goes back with her other new buddies, and the leader of this group seems to come with her, and they, you know, she like debriefs her on like what you guys just talked about, and you know, she just watches you leave.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
Yeah, you said that was on the 13th.
Yes.
I'm making notes on what you say for every day.
And Kolabadi, are you making scrolls still?
Well, that's what we were discussing with Tinnu and all that, which ones that I would be making and which ones she would be making.
Okay. Alright. You would catch up with Emma while checking in on Ron on one of these days. You see that she's just hanging up around the shrine of the old gods, and she goes, "It's it's my godmother. What's up?"
Alice just kind of looks at her. What? are you talking about?
Oh, I thought my dad told you.
I haven't stopped by
He
your
told
dad's.
me. He told me. Oh. Well, you're supposed to be looking out for me now.
Was Alice told this, Brett? I was kind of playing it like I didn't know. Sorry.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's. You see, she gives you 2 thumbs up. You still gotta pay me though.
I mean, yeah. How else are you gonna take care of yourself? What do you got for your payment?
Well. She tells you that the only thing she has is that Lowie seems to, your dwarf friend seems to be like really popular. He's on that flyer and stuff.
No one's been asking around about us, and you know, because I do pay you to keep an ear
Oh,
out for that.
I mean,
and you know, our name out of your mouth back to them.
I mean, at the tap houses, the Bark and Buzzard and the Skull and Sword, I mean, some people have had the flyer on the table talking about how they're gonna get to you guys. But like, it wasn't anybody like really specific. It's happened a few times with different people.
Your brother's group seem any interested at all?
I don't see Sebastian much. Last time I saw him, he said he was gonna head over towards Kingsgate to try to deal with some trolls, and I haven't seen him since.
Should have been back by now, right?
Yeah, but this is not the first time him and his friends have been gone for like a long time.
Alright.
Sometimes they camp out over at the mill.
Mm-hmm. The mill.
yeah.
Where's the mill? Yeah.
Oh, I mean, she tells you it's Eckerman
Yeah.
Mill, which is north of Drakkenheim. She'll give you that.
I mean, Alice already knew. She was just trying to see if the same information was given.
Yeah, it's the same info.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, occasionally I've heard people talking about coming and getting you. Some people seem to know where you're hanging out at.
That's not a surprise. That's not a surprise. Yeah.
But it seems like nobody's actually did it yet, so I guess that's cool.
Yeah. You can try. Let me know if anybody seems to get super serious about it. You gotta be safe now. What is it? I gotta go talk to your dad. Me out of it? Okay. Did you talk him into this?
Well, I mean, he always asks me where I'm going.
And you tell him.
I'm telling him with the people that you've seen him. Well, tell him he's you guys. So what? It's my dad.
No, you're fine. I just wanted to know what I was walking into. You wanna meet my dog?
You have a dog?
Yeah. Alice has Venus with her this whole time. Yeah.
She gushes over the dog. She goes, whoa. You see, like, she, like, grabs at, like, these little baubles and stuff that's connected to his body and stuff, and, like, he was poking at it. But Venus is a strange dog, as he just seems to stare off into oblivion. Occasionally, he does belt out that he wants some food.
Yeah, he gets fed scraps.
Is he alive?
Why do you think he wouldn't be?
Can you turn him off?
I'm working on figuring that out, actually. Trying to train him while we're chilling out.
This looks like the stuff that those people in purple have. The academy people. They wouldn't know how to turn him off and on.
I do need to talk to River. Huh. You're so smart, Emma.
You see that as she's messing with the dog, she like flicks a little like lever, and you see Venus's back opens up, and inside of his back there's like this small metal compartment, but you see that there's a hunk of delirium sitting inside there, like inside of a socket, and it's glowing. She goes, "Whoa!"
Don't touch it. Don't touch it. But that's cool. How'd you do that?
You see, she, I don't know. She She closes the lid again, and she begins pushing other things on the dog. You see that the dog's, like, plastic or crystalline head begins to glow.
How about we stop messing with the dog until I figure it out?
Seeking delirium.
No.
Delirium detective. Venus is good boy. Venus is good boy. Venus gets a treat when Venus stops seeking delirium at the moment. You see he begins to move his legs while you're holding him, like he's trying to walk somewhere.
Yeah.
He's a robot.
Oh. He's not a real dog. Okay. Maybe he's not a... You are very smart, Emma.
She shrugs. Sebastian gives me some books sometimes.
Any good ones that you've already read that you wouldn't mind giving me something to do?
I could dig something up.
Yeah, if I find books you want me to trade with you. You want books?
Well, I was kind of bullshitting. I really don't read the books. But I look at the pictures.
Why don't you read the books?
I don't know, it's boring.
Not if
like
it tells
messing
you
with
how
things.
to make something like this. She points at Venus.
She seems to think about it. I guess so.
Alright, fair. Yeah, bring me some books. Bring me some books.
Alright. You see she runs off.
Yeah, be safe. I would have paid her.
Yeah, she takes going, she's going.
Yeah. I guess if I have time to, I would like to go see River about this dog. Shit.
Alright. On one of these, we'll get back to that, but I do need to do one thing here. Let's see, on our calendar. On the evening of the 17th. Well, actually, let's start with the daytime. While you guys are going through Emberwood on the 17th, you guys notice a large group of followers of the Falling Fire arrive from the west. You see that Emberwood is just congested with hundreds of these dirty travelers, all races, ages, and backgrounds. Some carry all of, their worldly possessions, like stuffed in worn backpacks or sacks. Some of them have carts, hand carts that they're carrying. They look like refugees almost. You see that there's weariness on their face, but also hope. But as the day goes on and more of these people file in, you see that the masses block roads. They fill up Caravan Square. You see merchants and villagers and explorers of Drakkenheim that have been here a while, looks at these people with frustration. Chaos kind of breaks out occasionally. You can hear some scream at these groups of people, threatening them if they don't get out of the merchants' area. You, at one point, I would say, Ron, on your way up to Old Zoya, see a group, just accost this one dude, take his stuff and dump everything in his sack on the ground. And when they find out he doesn't have anything worthwhile, they just kind of walk away. Some of these pilgrims, they look to come from, skilled professions. These ones that look more educated or skillful do try to defend themselves against the harassment, and it leads to brawls, chaotic marching and shouting. It's just chaos in Caravan Court and around Emberwood starting on the 17th. While all of you are, except Kalina and Ron, are out in Emberwood on business, you do see, you hear it first. Let's see here. Yeah. Around the afternoon time, there's just a cacophony of noise. You see a group of followers of the Falling Fire. It looks like they've congregated around the chapel of St. Ardena. You see that they've picked up rocks and debris, and they're throwing them at the chapel. shattering some of the windows. You see one of these dirty folks screams out, "Liars! Burn the matriarch!" Some lady screams, "False prophets!" You see that the acolytes of the church do their best to kind of guard the entrance. And you even see Flamekeeper Hannah out here using some divine magic to keep these cultists at bay. Does any of you, besides Kalina and Ron, intervene in this?
I'm so sorry. I'm trying to get my downtime stuff done so I could just tell you. So there's a crowd. I heard you say there's a crowd coming in.
Oh yeah, a bunch of cultists are streaming into Emberwood on the 17th. Throughout the day, they're just congesting everything. People are harassing them, and they are harassing the chapel of San Ardina. You see a crowd is congregated in front of the chapel and are just like throwing stuff at it. Some of them have sticks. They try to, they swing at the acolytes, and the acolytes are trying to keep them back.
Do I see my brother?
No. These all look like new people.
Torren, I believe, I didn't mention in the intro, but Torren would have told you that from Dakota Jones that they were bringing in these large group of people from their evangelization efforts, evangelizing. So, yeah, these are all new people.
Is anybody getting really hurt yet?
I
know they're getting.
So as you guys are like going to and fro and doing business here, over the day, in the next few days, yeah, you see some of these cultists getting hurt. But in this specific instance, where they're kind of like attacking the chapel, yeah, you see a rock hit one of the acolytes in the head, leaving a gash. As you saw on the map of the Chapel of St. Ardina, it's not like a bunch of them. It's like maybe like 4 or 5 of these acolytes manning this church. And you see I'm
gonna run forward and tell the acolyte to get inside the church and close the door. Don't come out.
You're gonna defend us? You see as she's like ducking rocks and stuff. And if you go up to them, they start throwing shit at you too.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll block her with my body. It's gonna hurt like shit, but.
Oh fuck! Do we see Tinnu doing this?
I was about to say.
Yeah.
Get inside. Yeah. Get inside. I would say to the acolyte. They're not gonna go away, and there's too many of them.
You see that the one that got hit in the head goes inside. But as soon as she does, you see the crowd takes that as a sign of defenses going down. You see they begin to move closer.
As they go to move closer, and Tinnu's doing that, I have 2 bags of ball bearings. I'm gonna drop them.
I'm gonna tell them to back away.
Yeah, to keep the cult, to try to, give uneven ground to the cultists. Try to make them knock over each other.
I'm gonna thaumaturgy, and I'm gonna say, what are you gonna say, Tinnu? Get back! Stop hurting people.
All right, yeah, you scream out. Do drop the ball bearings, Alice, like from the side of this group, trying to do it unsuspectingly. And you see a group of these guys. I mean, men, women, children. They fall on the ground into chaos. Roll me an intimidation check, Tinnu. As you get advantage from Alice helping you here.
I was gonna do something else to scare them.
Okay.
Can I wait? No, actually, I'll save that. I'll go ahead and roll with advantage now, and then I'll do it next time to see if he'll do anything.
Do it up, Tinnu.
Intimidation. Come on, Tinnu. Oh, fuck. I'm not scary at all. I'm just a girl in pink.
You're a very friendly demeanor.
Some older lady with brown teeth goes, "The child is still indoctrinated! She's just like the rest of them!"
Alright.
I'm not!
We're doing that to Tinnu. Lowie's gonna step out from the crowd and step next to Tinnu. By Alice. No. I'm gonna take Talon off my back.
Okay.
You take the gun. You see the crowd, like, back away as you point the gun at him.
Fuck
I
off.
cast light on
No.
myself, on my shirt, and I thaumaturgy again, and I say, you may not agree with the church, but hurting people is wrong. Do you want to do what they do to you?
Your
Is that right?
lies have hurt millions! You point the gun at them though, when you display a weapon, they all kind of like back up, but they don't leave.
Okay, I'm gonna start loading it.
Tinnu, tell your
I-
sister what's going on so they can send somebody here. Don't you have a spell or something?
Yeah, I do. I picked it. Sending. I use sending, and I sending to Kala. Kala, they are Kala, they are attacking the church. The cultists. That's one word. Send help right now, please. I'm about to get hurt, and Lowie is about to shoot people. Yes, that's exactly 25.
Oh my
Let's go.
Yeah, Kalina, it's a quiet day at Camp Dawn. You are pretty much in the infirmary area with this goblin female who is one of these priestess of the sacred flame, and she's pretty strict in her teachings, but she seems like she knows what she's doing. And you get this ping.
Well, I will tell her. Say, right now. We gotta go right now. But she also said that one of our other friends might shoot people.
You see the goblin put the hands on her hips, and she goes, "Are you gonna come back?
Yes?
If you don't come back, we do this day's lessons all over again."
Okay.
She just lets you leave. You hop on the horse.
Are any of the other party here?
Yeah, Torren, Kolabadi, are you guys doing anything?
I'll go in if I see Lowie about to level a gun at these people.
No.
I will try to get between the crowd and the church, and I'll try my own bit of intimidation.
Did they back off, Brent? The people?
Oh yeah, they backed up soon as like Lowie took out the gun and started pointing it at him. But they didn't run away. You see that they're just shouting and pointing at the dwarf.
Okay, I'm gonna make it seem like I'm gonna cast Sentinels of the Spoon. And this is spiritual guardians.
Oh my
But
God.
I'm gonna deem everybody as allies. So
You're
can they
doing it at
still
the show.
yeah, can they still see it even though it doesn't hurt them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm calling my sentinels of my spoon, and I'm gonna call them down and just make them like go crazy all around me to make it seem like, I don't know, something's happening. And then I'll like, you guys help with the show. I'll mumble that to them.
Got it. Torren, what are you doing?
I'm going in and I'll try my intimidation to get everyone to just try to break the hysterics at this point. And get everyone...
Okay. Kolabadi, are you doing anything about this?
I'll try to help the acolytes. I guess tend to their wounded.
Okay. And Alice, you've used your ball bearings here. Are you gonna do anything else?
Oh,
Right now?
Louie's got his gun out. They're looking nervous next to him. I will make a show of pulling out both of my short swords and twirling them, looking like I'm ready to jump on them if they even come close. Helping with the intimidation to keep them from attacking.
Got it. All right. If you're brandishing a weapon or you're using a spell, in this this is the second intimidation check we're going with here. Roll me a group intimidation, but if you have a weapon or using a spell, roll with advantage.
Sure.
I would say Kolabadi, yeah. If you're helping the acolytes, you could just stay out of this roll.
Oh, thank God.
I'm looking for 15 to beat here.
Oh, Louie.
Oh, so close.
All right.
Average.
I don't want to draw my weapon though.
Lloyd,
Averaged
not
over
care
50,
about
didn't we?
Yeah,
think
it's
the average,
half
yeah.
meets or beats. All of you stand ground around the chapel of Saint Ardina here. You see the especially with these spirits arriving, you see they begin to scream and kind of back up a bit. You know that any other adventurers passing through here, some of them stop and watch, but nobody really tries to intervene on you on to help you or anything to that. If that, okay, a large group of them kind of disperse. But you still see a small crowd here, the most dedicated of these cultists. One points at these apparitions. A perversion of the divine light! You see some lady screams. The rest of them go, boo!
I send the spirits at him, and they go through them.
They all, you see, they like part away from the spirit and move. The last of these most devoted of the followers, you see one guy who looks pretty burly. He looks like he has a pitchfork in his hand. You see he comes up, he looks at all of you. It looks like he's about to run and attack you guys.
Does he actually, like, I'm readying a shot. He throws
If I see Lowie about to ready a shot, I will intercept.
You get a
and go
sense
for the
that
guy.
nobody else is helping this guy, but they're all watching to see what happens to him now.
I'm going to go up to him. If I see Lowie about to level shot, I'm going to grab the pitchfork like by the handle and yank it out of his hand and throw it to the ground.
Okay. Just as he's about to sprint forward, you rush up to him. Lowie, are you going to shoot this guy? Are you going to?
He hasn't thrown. If he's not like trying to stab somebody with that thing, Louie's not going to shoot him.
You see Torren like running up to make a move to grab the pitchfork.
I run up after Torren and I hug the guy that was gonna attack us. I just hug him.
You grapple
and
him.
say please.
All right.
I don't know if that counts as a grapple, but I say please.
Alice,
please,
do you do
just
anything?
leave.
No, I'm gonna stand here with Lowie. I'm letting Torren and Tinnu handle this.
All right. Torren, do you say anything to this guy, or are you just trying to yank this pitchfork out of his hand?
Say something after yanking it out and throwing it to the ground.
Got it. Kolabadi, do you see this as you glance past the crowd? You see Torren out there in front of these people wrestling with this dude. Do you do anything?
I think Torren and Tinnu, have that in hand.
Got it. Okay. Either one of you can roll an intimidation with advantage, or both of you can roll as quote-unquote kind of a group check. It would just take the highest here. I'm looking for a 15 again, essentially.
I'm not trying to intimidate him though. Do you still want me to roll intimidate?
Yeah.
Okay.
Intimidate or persuade, either one of those.
What do you want to roll?
Good.
Torren?
I was hoping to do athletics as a show of force to kind of stop this aggression before it began.
Sure, that works
And then if you want to roll persuasion, you can.
Persuasion, yeah.
If you give me a case for a certain skill check, you can roll it. Yeah, that makes sense. You do athletics. You're trying to persuade him. Okay. So to roll me an athletics and a persuasion. All I need is one of you to get above a 15. Okay.
Well, okay then.
Got it.
Yes.
So as this happens, he is going to take the pitchfork, break it over his knee, and just yell, "Enough! Look at yourselves. I know why you're here, and this isn't it. You came for your faith, right? So why are you acting like a group of base thugs?"
You see the guy, like, he falls on his ass as you rip the pitchfork from his hand. You see he gets up, and this last group of 5 or 6 that are challenging you guys, they don't respond to what you say.
You didn't come here to be murderers or braggarts. If you need to find where you need to go and the people you're seeking, I can help you. But not this. The only people disgracing their faith here today is you.
They look at each other, and you see they kind of
Messiah
sulk
didn't
off.
call you to be soldiers.
The big guy spits on the ground as he's the last person left around as the rest of the group kind of dispersed away from the scene.
Oh, when Lowie sees them leaving, he'll put his gun back over his shoulder and unload it.
The acolytes that are still out here look at you guys grateful. They thank all of you for intervening.
Oh my god.
I don't know if you have side entrances, but you might want to avoid the main entrance while these guys are here.
We're gonna keep the doors locked for a while.
It's probably for the best.
Thank you guys. I'm sorry. People were getting hurt.
You didn't do it.
Meanwhile, Kala
You
is
didn't do
running
anything
around
wrong.
trying to find the knights at Camp Dawn, saying, "Your church is being attacked! Your church is being attacked!"
You might find
I
a ladder.
don't have any more sending spells either.
Kalina, eventually Ophelia Reed will intercept you, and, I'm sorry, dear. I mean, you're about at least 30 minutes outside of Emberwood. I'm not sure there's anything you can do right now. I mean...
No, but are any of your people available? Can they send things? Can they go? Can they do something? Check on them?
You go check it out. Go!
Okay.
And take your horse.
Not getting any help, so I'm get on the horse and start riding.
Got it, yeah, 30 minutes later or so, I mean, the situation's resolved itself, but when you show up to Emberwood, there's a ton of people. You see that, most of them are being directed by people who maybe proclaim themselves like leaders of this pilgrimage, are directing them down the road towards Hendrick's farm, but, you still see that there's some chaos in Caravan Court. You arrive right, after this kind of resolves itself, and you will see your sister out there, with Kolabadi.
I run to you and I hug you. I'm so sorry, Kala.
Who's getting shot? Who is Lowie shooting?
Nobody got shot, but they were
Luckily,
about
we were
to get
able
shot.
We were able to contain the situation somewhat, but I think whatever reputation we have with them is only going to get worse after this.
Kalina, where did you get the horse?
Why didn't anybody else come with you from Camp Dawn when their church was getting attacked?
Said it was too far.
What?
Oh my god.
Good to know.
send me to
Alice
check
is
it
just
out.
picking up ball bearings.
I'll help you. I'll help you do that, Alice. Well, next time, I hate saying this, but next time maybe I shouldn't step in. You guys might have to hold me back, but...
What? We can't let Hana get home get assaulted. She lives here. But you healed
I
her.
know, but we can't do anything, right? I don't want Hannah to get hurt either, but they're just gonna come back later.
If
And
I get a
we're in
choice,
Drakkenheim when they come back.
look, if I get a choice between Hana and those goobs, I'm taking Hana.
Look,
Yeah, I
You know-
would pick Hannah too.
look,
I think
we
Torren's trying to say
know
something
these
but
people,
quiet.
and maybe we're not all fond of this place, but we saw something we couldn't stand, and we went in the way, and we did get them to back off. Hopefully, these guys will be funneled to wherever they're going, and this won't happen. And we can't be there every time, but that doesn't mean we shouldn't just stay out all the time. I don't think you did the wrong thing today.
No,
Thanks,
people should have the
guys.
freedom to exist without being harassed.
Their faith is their own, and they don't have any right to force it on others, just like the church doesn't. What happened today, this wasn't, I don't care what they preach, this was not right.
Is
They
there
were
anyone you
hitting the
recognized?
acolytes.
This was not faith, this was selfishness, nothing more.
Oh,
I'd stop the church if they were attacking the followers for no reason too.
Then it would be the
Did-
exact same.
did we recognize any of the people attacking Brett?
No, I mean, it's... In the chaos, I mean, it's just a mass of people looking really pissed, but you didn't recognize, nobody stood out.
New pilgrims.
This is what the large influx that Dakota Jones was talking about. I don't know what maybe they're planning something big, but this is the big, or this just happened every spring, but they're all here to go to the crater.
How how do you preach about and then spread hate?
The
Church
problem
does it
is,
too.
The problem
I know, but
the problem is you can preach as much as you want, but it's up to the person to decide what they take from it. And people can be right bastards.
Nah, Hannah does
These
right
people
by
didn't
us.
come to this place just because they believed. They came there because they felt they had been abandoned. This was taking out aggression more than anything else.
We should talk to Theodore about it. He might actually put some folk here if this is going to keep happening.
yeah,
That's probably not a
Maybe.
bad idea.
they can spare like 1 or 2. It doesn't have to be like a lot of people.
Did you talk to the night captain, Kalina, before you came out here?
Just Ophelia Reed.
Eh.
She said that they were too far away to do anything.
Well,
Oh.
go
Tell
back
Theodore
and
that.
tell her. Yeah, go back and tell her that the situation's handled for now, but they might want to bring some extra guards here and
Yeah.
station them while these guys are around.
I'll try to make sure they know just how bad it got.
Yeah.
All right. With that,
Can I get my 2 bags back?
You
Since
get
we spent
one.
Time picking it up. Just one. Okay.
yeah, I mean, it's
Like that.
everywhere. Yeah.
Torren would help out too as much as he can. He doesn't.
You're able to
probably-
recover 1 bag worth of them. It would just take ungodly too long to really find all the little,
It's like
If
1,000
you-
ball bearings a bag. So
I know.
If you want to buy another one, I would give you the gold, Alice.
Oh no, I'll find one. It's fine.
Okay.
All right. I believe.
When I do go back, I will try to inform them and see if I can find the night captain and let them know, like, everything that they told me about the mob and everyone.
The riot, yeah.
Yeah, you're able to find, the night captain, at his main kind of war tent, and Ophelia Reed, of course, would let you into such, and they listen to what you had to say about what you saw and what you heard. And Theodore goes, "I think you're right.
He better say that.
we don't know him.
We'll send a couple or a few more knights down there to stand watch and sentry over the next few days. But not too many. We're not here to necessarily start a war, slay all of these people. Yes, make it worse.
I just think that the acolytes who are there would appreciate a little
Of course.
little help.
Thank you for letting us know. And they all look like they were heading over to Hendrick's farm, right?
I think that's what my friends told me, Brent.
Yeah,
Yes?
yeah, that's what.
Yes.
Noted. You can tell he's like thinking about maybe doing something else. But you finish your training and that day ends. Now, at the end of our 7th day here, I believe everybody's has been healed of contamination at this point. Kolabadi had 1 level of contamination. Kalina had 1. Ron had
Ren-
1. Yes.
There was something that you sent me. Does that go away when I get healed?
Yeah.
Okay, just check.
Yeah. You do not feel that energy anymore. And Tinnu and anybody else will see that Kalina no longer flickers.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
That goes away. Yes,
I just wanted
correct.
to check.
So as part of my 6 days with Old Zoya, do I need to pay another 200 to get cured during this process as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
But but you learn at the end of the 6 days, so do you, Kalina, the purge contamination spell. So you guys can do that on your own
Or as
time.
needed.
Now, I do have one question with that, Brent. Do we always know the spell and have it prepared, or do we need to prepare it
You need
like
to
anything else?
Yeah, like however your class prepare spell, you would need to
It
prepare.
is. Yeah, part of your spell list now because you're cleric and druid, but you still need to choose it amongst your prepared spells.
Oh wait, I have a question.
Yes.
Oh my god, I hope the answer is yes, he can use it. So since old Zoya doesn't use holy water, does that mean Ron doesn't use holy water in this spell?
Yes, but it requires in the spell description, it's just like a certain gold amount in which it
It's
requires.
100.
Yeah, so yeah, effectively, Ron would use other components that old Zoya would have shown him in order to cast this spell. And likewise, the holy water is what Kalina would probably use in order to cast this spell. So yeah.
Do we have to prep that prior then, or are you just gonna charge us at the casting?
I assume that you're gonna buy the components to be able to cast this spell. So I would say, you want to spend the gold prior. So if you want to be able to you want to note that as a purchase item.
Doing that now.
Since it's not a reusable spell component, I would say that you want to have that on
Similar
deck.
to the diamond for Revivify, you got to have that on hand.
I guess what I'm asking is, do I have to? So my downtime days was going to be preparing the materials for that spell.
Mm-hmm.
So do I still have to do that, or can we say that we do it when we need it? Is what I'm saying.
Yeah. So when you say prepare for that spell, you mean that you're creating this holy water, right?
Yeah, because I had to do ceremony. I had to spend 4 spell slots, and then I wrote it down. 4 hours, 100 gold, and 4 spell slots for every 1 purge contamination.
Okay. Yeah, I would say beforehand. Yeah.
Okay, I'll still do that then.
Yeah.
Alright, Brenna updated my items purchased. I took another 100 out for purge materials from town.
Got it. At the end of the 7th day here, now all along this time frame, you've brought the seeds back to the hideout, and you have cast your spell to begin to grow some vegetation around here. Gandis, I mean, if it's up to him, he would be like, oh, what seeds you got? You got some yams? Some yams out here? Get some cabbage. Cabbage is always good.
We'll find out. Did you spend the 8 hours? That's part of the... So...
Sure, I would say you could choose the plants that, it's magical.
That he wants?
Yeah.
Cool.
Some potatoes, all the stuff. He would ask you guys to, he needs some salt, pepper, all that stuff. He'll go ahead and ask for it. And if you if you spend a gold on a ration, you can probably pick that stuff up. I don't know. Lowie, one of you folks.
I'll pick it up.
Yeah.
I haven't spent much money on downtime. I'll pick it up.
He's like, yeah. You see that,
gold.
He's impressed as you stand out there, Ron, in this plot that you guys have cleared out, and in time-lapse fashion, these plants begin to grow. And he's like, imagine that! Huh?
I do also thicken the forest and woods and stuff all around us, just to better conceal and.
Well, considering it's like a half-mile radius, I think it's pretty good.
So.
Right. Yanis also has new cooking utensils, Brent. I bought that for him, amongst a couple other things. I mean.
Oh, you see, he's like, oh, you know me, uncle. You know me, nephew.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, he checks them out. This will do. So this is actually, it's a good pair of tongs here. And it looks like he's in the business of setting up his own little kitchen now inside the hideout.
A battle axe if he needs to go get firewood.
He would take such. And over the days, you see he begins to, have a nice stack of firewood outside the place. And I think at this moment, I can actually put you guys on the other map. So, I looked at. Well, let me turn on the lights here. I looked at the Bastion rules, and yeah, they're gonna have to be a little bit modified in order to fit what we're doing here, but I think they can work.
Yay.
So, but just give me a little time to figure out, okay, like how exactly when it comes to different spaces and stuff, the facilities as they're called and whatnot.
That's fair.
How we're going to do it. So essentially, though, what I'm planning to do is that there's a certain amount of space around here that you guys can designate as kind of special facility space, and then you can guys tell me what you want to do with that space, whether it's upstairs, downstairs, or in the basement area. Now, but I'll give you more details on that later. But anyway, as you can see here, this is just an edited map. And where did it go?
Can we say for now too that like with this new food and stuff, Yanis is maybe making rations for us with food before it goes bad?
Yeah, I mean, if you tell him to make some rations, you'll go for it. He goes. Says he.
Yeah,
He says he can make a good spicy salted meat if he has the meat, of course. But it's all right.
Oh,
he can make some.
He can take my oh shit, he probably can't shoot. But he can take my bow and my arrows if he needs that to go hunt.
I'm just saying, just over time, like any food before it goes bad and stuff, because you can make plant-based rations too.
Sure.
You know, just.
We could be vegetarians on the road. It's
I mean,
okay.
if food is food, and we don't have to buy it. Drakkenheim pricing.
True.
You know?
Very
let's
true.
see. Everybody is in the basement. Yeah, right. It's in the basement. So I'm just gonna put everybody outside here for a quick. All right. Before the session ends, I want to get to another thing here. But yeah, I mean, there's just piles of stuff that you guys have cleared out. You do note that when you cast this plant growth spell, Ron, that it creates these plants. They look good, but you note that the earth seems to spoil quite quickly. You get a sense that it's probably not going to last a year. This land being this way, as you see this black veins and stuff is still all in the earth and things around here, but it'll last a while, enough for your purposes right now.
Yep, that's the goal.
Let's see. Yeah. And as far as food and stuff is concerned, besides some birds in the sky, you guys haven't seen any like deer, or anything roaming around here.
Anything non-infected. Anyway.
Yeah, that's about. It's been pretty slim pickings out here. But okay. Did I tell you guys? Trying to make sure I get everything on our list here. I may have went over this. Tell me if I did or not. But on one of these nights, Kolabadi, as you're looking over some of the testament of the falling fire and some of the notes, you get four things here that Lucretia Matthias, in her words, says that the church has known about the coming of the falling fire for quite some time and has suppressed that information. If this sounds familiar, let me know. If it doesn't, then I skipped over this.
Yeah, we did. We did.
Okay.
It was. Yeah, we did discuss like there was like sightings of the comet that were mentioned, but whoever saw it was suppressed or
Okay.
And any
disappeared.
major information, this is rumors and didn't like. There's no major existence
Okay.
of this.
Well, does this sound familiar? In her words, she says that the church colluded to assassinate the previous divine matriarch, Courage the Ninth. Because okay, all right, I haven't covered. Okay, so there's 3 additional points you may want to know. Just I don't know for preach purposes, but yeah, she says that the church colluded to assassinate the previous divine matriarch, Courage the Ninth, because Courage the Ninth was going to cast her vote for Lucretia Matthias to become the next divine matriarch, and the Inner Flame didn't want her to have that position, so they killed her. That's what
Who'd
Lucretia
they
Matthias
try to
says.
assassinate? What was the name? I'm sorry.
So the previous divine matriarch before the current one was called Courage the Ninth. They were assassinated. This is common knowledge. It's spread out throughout the realms. This was like, before the meteor fell. And the current divine matriarch is Mercy the Fifth. But Lucretia Matthias says that the Inner Flame assassinated the previous divine matriarch because she was going to vouch for her to become the next divine matriarch, and the Inner Flame didn't want that to happen.
Who are the Inner Flame?
Say that again?
Inner circle.
The Inner Flame is as they call it,
Yeah,
their inner circle.
Yeah. In Catholic terms, they're the cardinals.
Yeah, the cardinals that choose the next pope, and basically they did not let. What Lucretia is saying is that they did not want her to be the pope, so they had assassinated the tiebreaker to choose
Exactly.
their choice. Is what she's claiming.
That's what Lucretia. Yeah, that's what Lucretia Matthias claims in her works. So just you can note that. All right. So there was a bunch of other things that was on this calendar, but you guys didn't spend the whole time, so that's going to just play out in real time. But there is one more thing that happens on the evening of the 17th here. And we're going to say that at this evening is when, well, two things. Ansem appears by himself at you guys' hideout. He doesn't try to hide himself. He doesn't try to sneak up or anything. You see that he marches up, and Salty Feathers is just circling the air above him, shouting out random things. And Ansem just watches the bird here. And it's evening time. I assume one of you or some of you come out to greet him.
Torren will go out.
Tinnu will.
Sure.
Yeah. It gets the
All
whole
right.
party.
I'm looking for the dwarf.
Which one?
You see he looks kind of confused. And you see he looks inside. You can hear Yanis is humming to himself as he's at the fireplace cooking up something. You know which one.
I do. I just wanted to hear what you had to say, bud. I'll go get Lowie.
Yeah, Lowie, you come out. You see Ansem there, and he goes, I'll be going back down to the garrison soon. The boat checked out, by the way.
Figured it would. Your captain's fast on with our scouts. Didn't have any trouble with Camp Dawn, did you?
With Camp Dawn? No.
It's kind of close.
They know not to mess with us. You don't know if that's what he's. You don't know if it sounds like bluster, but that's what he says.
I have no reason to call him out on it, so.
They stay over there, holed up in their nice, comfy, warm camp, while we're out here doing the work. Which goes, actually, maybe we'll talk about that later. But anyway, this is my night to get some drinking done.
Oh, good. Finally pay you back.
Any of you coming?
If I could use a drink.
Hell yeah.
Same.
Wait, I thought they were going on a date. We're just gonna all go?
Yeah, absolutely.
Damn.
If Lulu goes to a bar, I'm going to a bar. It's going to be
Wait.
entertaining one way or
Oh
another.
my god.
Does Tina say that out loud?
Yeah,
Huh?
I said that out loud, whispered loud.
Yeah.
I've been with old Zoya for a week. I need a break.
What the hell are you talking about, Tina?
But if we all go, you know what happens at the bar when we all go.
Alright, that's why I want you to come.
Oh my gosh.
I mean,
Okay, I go get my bag of holding and my sister. Okay, I'm ready.
All right. Those of you who said you're going, you march off, and those of you who
Oh,
stay.
as we walk, Brent, I'm gonna go walk next to Ansem, and I'm gonna kind of like lean in front of him and look at him. Does he still look like, when we first met him, because he came back from Drakkenheim, he looked like really
No,
sad?
he looks
Is he
like
okay
he's in
now?
better spirits. Yeah, definitely. It looks like his time away from the city has done him probably some good.
Okay, so as she's leaning in front of him and she sees that in his eyes, she smiles at him, and then she points at her. She lifts up her left hand and tugs on the bracelet, and she just says, "I'm glad you're feeling better." And then I'll go back to my sister.
You see, he just watches you go, and he just. I don't know why you would think I wasn't feeling better, but whatever. Or feeling bad.
She doesn't say anything.
Kolabadi. You watch the group march off towards Emberwood, leaving you here alone as the sun sets. After about an hour or so of you hanging out up here with Yanis, you see Yanis stops what he's doing at the table talking about all. You remember that scene from Forrest Gump where him and where the guy's talking about shrimp, Bubba shrimp, curly shrimp, Cajun shrimp.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what Yanis is doing. He's just going over all the different shit that he can make and stuff like that. But he stops in mid-sentence, and you see he looks behind you, like almost through you, and he goes, friend of yours?
Turn and look.
There we go. You see a dark-skinned human woman. Maybe she has to be in her late 20s, early 30s or so, dressed in traveled gear. Hood, backpack, standing at the doorway. She looks like this. And 1 second. And I'll put her on the map. Now, you've met this lady once before in Aladria. She came to you, and before your ceremony, where you officially became part of the Shedakai, I believe is how you pronounce it. Maybe wrong. She petitioned you with an item for one of you. She petitioned for you to link to one of these spirits with a certain item. That's what you remember. And that item was a jade blade that apparently was associated with our Romero fellow. But you see her standing at the doorway here.
Let's hear, and I'll stand up and give a curtsy. Greetings.
You see she looks behind her out into the dark forest. You see Yanis looks like, you see he looks over at the wood axe in the corner. You see that besides her traveling gear, she has like, she like unbuttons her jacket, her cloak, and you know she has a white button down with a brown leather vest, some dark trousers. She has what looks to be maybe swashbucklers boots. And she does carry on her what looks to be a quite ornate and shimmering rapier. It has a golden hilt. You note that the Von Batten family crest is on this hilt. Wide brown eyes, tightly curled black hair. She has soft features, nose ring as you can see. I don't think I'm interrupting anything, am I?
Not at all. Would you like a seat?
You see she looks at the dwarf. Mind if I take a seat? He goes, I don't own the place. I'll get you something to drink.
Thank you. Yanis.
You see he excuses himself. You see she walks in, really sizing up the place. She's like looking at every corner. She's like, that's a big hole there. She points up, and this red line denotes like the hole leading up to the second floor.
Yeah, we need to see about maybe hiring some locals to see about doing some further repairs.
If there's any locals to hire out here.
Well, this is true, but one makes do what can find.
She sits on the old stool at the bar. She just looks at you for a very long time. So you know Blackjack Mel?
I do.
He's a man that knows many important people. I see. What are you doing out here?
There's something in the city I need.
Need so bad that you couldn't tell at least your sister? I mean, Marie, she begged me to come out here to find you. Your older brother's upset. Your older sister isn't surprised. People are worried sick.
Well, I believe that Genevieve probably knows me as the best, but it doesn't yet involve them.
Look, I'm supposed to try to convince you to come back to Dransmund, but obviously that's not going to happen.
Alabadi will just shake her head. Not yet. I do plan to return, but there's still too much to do.
Can you at least tell me what you're doing?
I don't. It's very difficult to articulate.
Try me. Don't worry, I'll be gone before your friends get back.
Well, you've spoken with my sister, my brother. Have you spoken with my mother?
She's afraid. But I feel like she's afraid for herself.
Well, I'm trying to fix that fear.
Okay. I mean, I didn't come all the way out here not knowing anything, okay?
Well, what do you know?
I know that you have something on you that's very important to some people in Eladria. And I'm not sure you know how important these things are, or this thing is. But there's some gaps in even what I know. Like, what is this thing? It's supposed to be an elven artifact?
That is what they say. And just based on what I've already gleaned, this particular item is important, and the mystery of it can be found here. There are places I need to go and people I need to talk to confirm this.
But why keep it from your family?
Because it looks like
you
my
don't trust
family have
them.
been keepers of it. My family has been keepers of this item for many generations.
Okay. But your family? Or do you mean like the elves in general?
Both.
I mean, it still doesn't answer my question. I want to work with you, Kolobani. I mean, when I came to you in Eladria, I didn't believe really at first, to be honest with you, that any of these spirits or anything would work out. But when you left, I guess it seemed like it was true. You can speak to your ancestors, right?
Yes, and the blade that you brought me, Lord Romero's quite the vengeful spirit.
You see, she looks interested. Like, really? Like, what is that? What do you mean? Like,
Well,
I'm new to this here.
the first king of Drakkenheim was his slayer, and he still has a grudge.
Huh. So it's true. Look, this elven artifact, this thing you have that says you believe that has been in your family, or at least with the elves forever.
Nobody will nod.
This is what I know, or at least what I was able to glean from some conversations with that your mother has had with my father. And I'm not sure you know
Colabati
this.
will, yeah, Colabati will arch an eyebrow at that, but let her continue.
Did you know that your mother and your father used to work as servants for Lyneth Elventide? She was the former Archmage of Drakkenheim.
They've never brought that up to me, no.
Okay. Well, Lyneth ran academy operations out of Westamar. I mean, since that tower in Drakkenheim appeared, from what I understand, a couple hundred years or so. She died some decades back, and Adriana Mordera, she took over the position. But sometime before Lyneth passed away, she gave your mother and father this important thing. Now, I'm not sure how long your parents have had it. Apparently, it sounds like quite a long time. But at some point, your island witch friends became aware of it, and I'm assuming your parents, or at least your mother, told them of it. And from what I understand, there's pieces missing. And if those pieces were found, it can upset a lot of people. Especially if it all came into the hands of the wrong person. With Drakkenheim and the balance and everything, you know? I think your convent wants the missing pieces, and you have been a gopher in training for a long time to get that information from these spirits you're talking to. And I think your mother or the convent didn't expect you to just run away. Maybe they were like me and didn't even expect anything to really happen, but it did. And you leaving tipped them off.
So, my mother did drop me off at that convent 50 years ago. What did she expect to happen?
For you to do your job. Learn.
And am I not doing that?
She leans back. She goes, well, of course, but running off and not telling anybody anything, especially the people that you're supposed to be in alignment with, that was not expected. Right? I mean, you were supposed to, I guess, glean some information, give it to your convent, and then they were supposed to figure out what was supposed to happen next. Same thing with this sword. All of this leads me to why I'm here, okay? When your sister was married into our extended family, I mean, your mother promised us that your convent can prove that the first king, Von Draken, was a bunch of inbred sorcerers directly descended from the Arcane Empire. Now, if that's true, questions about lineage from places like Castleholm, all that goes away. The edicts say no direct descendants from the sorcerer kings can hold country or land. Now, the proof was supposed to be that blade from that elven warrior. Your mother.
Well,
Go ahead.
well, I would definitely need to have more conversations with him, but what he's told me so far, if he was a sorcerer, he was a lot more than that.
Even if he was more than that. I mean, that's more evidence of the such. Your mother claimed that that blade that I showed you in Eladria came directly from Von Draken's tomb and was in possession of Lenneth before she died. Now, for the longest time, no one claimed to know where Von Draken's tomb was. Lost to history. But, you know, it seems like you connected with some entities and they may be leading you on that path. What if this spirit knows where the tomb is at? Or can glean its direction?
I will definitely be asking more of him. But with the spirits, there is a give and a take. They expect things from me too.
What is this spirit expecting of you?
Well, he is expecting me to make sure that the Von Draken line is severed.
Well, that's good news, don't you think?
Well, I need to get into the city to find out how deep those roots go.
This spirit, if it's talking to you about this elven artifact and the tomb, then that means, and if this blade came from some collection that Lyneth Eventine had, then that means that the former Archmage of Drakkenheim knew a whole much more than we thought. And it also means that the Academy has to know more than we ever thought. Like,
I know. I need to get into the tower.
Okay.
Which means I need to find a way, which means I need to find a way in, which means I probably need to get in good with the Academy itself.
Okay. Your family is not just going to let you sit out here. I mean, I can keep them busy for a while, but if I can find you, they can't. I mean, divination magic works kind of funky in this area, so that may buy you some time.
Any head start you can give me, it would be much appreciated.
This is what I was able to figure out. This should help. When Lilith was an archmage, I mean, she promoted, when she became archmage, she promoted an academy mage by the name of Friedrich von Leichten to Grand Master, directly under her. When Lilith died, he remained in that position. No one has heard from him since the meteor. We think he's still out there. We think the Academy has an idea of where he's at. And if he served under Lilith, then he has to know about the artifact that you have and where this tomb is, maybe.
Well,
I think we
I've
think
got-
he's in Drakkenheim somewhere.
living in the city for the last 15 years.
I'm not sure how or what exactly transpired for him to be in the city or for how long, but we think he's still there.
I'll keep an ear out for what rumors I can, and
We think the Academy knows where he's at. They're just having trouble getting to him.
maybe after we've taken care of a few things for their representative here, well, maybe we'll be able to get some information.
If you can make contact with this malfeasant wizard, then you can get the information that we need from him. Where's Von Draken tomb? Where's the pieces maybe of your artifact? If we can find Von Draken's tomb, and we can get what is in there, we can maybe verify the remains. Maybe there's even still a blood phylactery there. Then we could connect the dots of the Von Draken line back to the Arcane Empire and validates the whole thing. No more Von Drakens. No more Civil Wars. We start a new era. Look, if you're able to get information from him, find him, get the information we need. Where's this tomb? That's what I'm really concerned with. The Elven artifact thing, well, I'm not sure how your family would take it, you just seizing that. But like I said, I can maybe keep them on the back burner for a while. But if you're able to go ahead and get the information that I need from him, you see she reaches into her backpack, she puts on the table, it looks like a small domino. It's a sending stone. Contact me using this. I'm not sure it will work being this close to Drakkenheim. I mean, the connection goes in and out. But I do know that past the Karn Hills on the north side of Drakkenheim, I've had success in communicating from there. You go there, you let me know, and I will meet you.
She'll pick up the sending stone and put it in her dress.
You get this information, I think I can get an object for you that will ensure no matter where you go on this realm, no one will be able to find you unless you want to be found.
Very useful item, that.
Yeah. But we need to know where this tomb is at. And it sounds like you said the spirit is quite vengeful against the Von Drakens. That just works in our favor. I don't know how you do it. Talk to them. Find more information, discussions, whatever it needs to be.
Philbot will also be glancing in the corners of the room, seeing which spirit is out.
You know what? Yeah, roll me. Read D6. Let's see what's up.
Is it D6 or D4?
I'm sorry. Whichever one. D4. Let me go to it. Figures. Outside the window, you could see him just standing there. She glances over her shoulder and then looks at you. Is he here right now?
He's listening in.
Can you talk to him right now?
Look over his shoulder and see if he's wishes to step forward.
Let's see.
Ask her. How will she help us get rid of the Von Draken bloodline? Exactly. How?
He wishes to know how you plan to rid him of the Von Draken bloodline. Exactly.
She just looks thrown by it. She goes, well, they can, you see, she suddenly, like, it comes to her head. Well, how about this? If we can go ahead and prove they're directly from the Arcan Empire, that means they can't hold no power. They can't hurt anybody else ever again. None of your family or kin. That's how, right? If they're out of power, it means nothing. If we find the tomb, we can destroy it. You see, she's just kind of looking around. You see, he doesn't look necessarily satisfied with that answer, but you see he just melts into the darkness and disappears.
He's going to take that under consideration.
Is there anything you'd like me to tell your sister?
Well, send her my love. And I hope to be home soon.
She gets up. Well, time is ticking. I hope you can return home soon, too. You see, then she just walks out.
And I'll take my seat back at the bar.
Yanis comes out. He goes, all right, 2 teas. He looks around. Oh, well. He gives you a dirty mug.
Thank you.
All right. So, next session we're going to get to what exactly happens with the rest of the group here as they go to Emberwood for some carousing. and see what happens. But I don't think that will. I want you guys to start thinking about like what's the next move's going to be. Actually, I mean, you kind of know. I need to be able to prepare
Oh.
here. Are you guys going to go to Reed Manor? Is that what I'm thinking is going to happen?
Yeah, was our plan? Yeah, was our plan Reed Manor or the Scar?
Well, at the end of the week, Dwarves expected us at the Scar, but I'll leave it up to you guys if we want to do that or go to Reed Manor first. I have something to get at the Scar if we go there.
I vote the Scar.
Okay.
I think
But-
with the, I will say my opinion with the whole thing with the supply line and the Minotaurs, we might need to hit the Scar because that operation may change sooner than
Where's
later.
the scar at?
Let's go
Yeah.
to our map.
Well,
it's
yeah,
in
because
Drakkenheim.
the Reed Manor requires us to cross the river. The Scar is on our side.
Yeah, and we got some leads. There's the ferryman, and there's that bridge that Rado talked to us. We'll talk to Lowie, but we kind of know about that. We could use to get across if we wanted.
But the Scar might also know something too.
And we do have the 2 dinghies.
Yeah, we can go pick those up as well. Yeah.
I mean, we could also just
All right.
take the long way around the city to get to.
It still requires us to cross the river.
Yeah.
Then we get the
Wait,
dinghies at that
Where
point.
is it? It's not on the key.
Yeah, it is. It should be on the key.
19.
19. Yeah,
19?
Spoke Smithy is what it's called, and
Oh,
it's
okay.
number 19 over there. Yes. Okay. Excellent.
And,
All right.
Can we stop by here on the way, guys?
Hmm?
Can we stop by here on the way?
Is that the chapel? Hold on.
Yes.
yeah, she wants to restock her holy water.
So I don't have to waste all my gold on all our purge contaminations.
We can check it out. We got the time. As long as we got the time, we just have to show up there at what was the time?
It's either 9 a.m. or 9 p.m.
We
I
got to
believe.
show up to there at 9 p.m. So we got to be in that spot at 9.
Okay,
Yeah, do
so
we
if we
Want to be there in the
if-
morning?
if we go really, really early, can we hit the chapel and then get to the Scar by 9 a.m.?
How
Brent?
long is this, Brent, in terms of distance?
That I mean, yeah, it takes about an hour walking there.
But
You
we have
guys could
horses.
go get horses,
It is true. It is
but
not-
you will
there is
have to
nothing
keep
about
up with
that.
said horses. That's the only thing.
This is also true.
And horses are not an
Well-
infinite supply.
They are
Yeah,
not.
horses with the supply. There's the care and feeding of horses, and we don't really have a place to stable them.
Okay,
we
no
do not.
horses yet then.
Well, the smith, if it's a fortified location, the Scar Smithy
Oh.
might be safe.
Well, there's also stabling them at our inn. That's also
Yeah.
There is stabling at you guys' inn, yeah. There's let me go back to that real quick. There's 2 little stable stalls at the side here.
Oh, we can definitely keep at least a couple horses. You've done.
But we
Right
don't
over
want
here.
to keep them outside. What if the gnolls come back and eat them?
I thought we killed all the gnolls. Did we not kill all the gnolls? I'll make
Yeah,
that
you
up.
kill all the gnolls over here. Yeah.
Kill all the gnolls
and
that we know of.
we've already told there's Garbir activity in town, so
Yeah.
We better get some guards then.
Yeah, there's like stuff that's been breaking our perimeter too. So
True.
Yeah, you guys. I mean, over the past several days, nobody's came back. Like if you haven't seen anybody in the woods or anything like that.
Yeah, we could if we leave it like, gosh, if we leave it 6 in the morning, if we want to show up in the morning, we could go to Brenna's and then the Scar. That might work. Just to guarantee that extra hour of getting
why?
there.
Why do we have to be there at 9 again? I'm so sorry.
It's
you guys.
because
That's when
they
all the dwarves will be there.
Yeah, they switch shifts. Like there's 4 siblings, and it looks like 2 of the siblings helm the night shift, and 2 of the siblings helm the day shift. and or like well whatever I don't know they switch off is what I'm getting
Why
to.
don't we
And
just
so
go there first, and then we can stop at St. Brenna's on the way back then?
Yeah, that totally, yeah, sure. Then we
Yeah.
can
Because
come back.
I don't want to
midday.
miss. Yeah, I don't want to miss the 9. Because
Plus,
that's important.
if the smithy goes really well, we could head just north of that and go do the delirium pool and go get those delirium crystals that are sitting there. Oh, maybe if they're still there. It's been a week.
I mean, yeah, maybe.
We can go look if we want.
Well, there's a lot. We got the delirium pool there. We were told that there's a safe where we got the boat to begin with.
correct.
And we've also still got Reed Manor.
True.
Yeah.
And
Alright.
college did too. So lots
That
of
is
stuff.
true. Yes.
Yeah. I think Scar makes the most sense since we disrupted the supply lines. It's a good time to come in and be like, hey, make this deal with the Academy.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So
they're
I
gonna
guess
get it, man.
Scar and Delirium Pool and St. Brenna's.
If stuff goes well, like
Yeah,
if
is
things
what
go
we're
bad
thinking.
at the Scar, then we go home.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ron's had his first taste of money now, and he's broke, so he wants more.
Hey, there we go. That's how they get you every time.
Yeah, just wait until your debt comes due, Louie, and then ask him Ron for help. See how that goes.
Well, all right, fair
Are
enough.
we gonna go over what we found, what the rest of us were able to make or find?
Sure. Yeah, we could start that next session here.
Because if we don't have anything to carry the water from St. Brenna's, then there's no point in going. I don't want to go there, if that makes sense.
Oh yeah, you want like a cask or something to just bring for
Yeah.
holy water, like a barrel?
That can fit. Well, I was looking for something large that could fit in the bag of holding that I could pull out to put that water in. But if we can't find that, then there's no point in going.
Just buy like a quart of water skins, like a set of 5 on like a line or something. And then you
I
can
mean,
just...
we're going to a bar. You could ask them for an empty keg.
or that either or.
Will a keg fit
Or-
in?
A mini one.
Well, maybe some empty
Yeah.
glass bottles or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
Either way.
All right. So yeah, we're stopping here on the 17th of springtide, and at least one horse has been acquired.
We've got an ally too, guys. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, the one we didn't want, as I
Right?
think collectively as a whole.
Yeah. Look at that. Look at you guys being allies with people you don't like. Good job. And
They're not that bad.
that's what I'm saying. I mean, like, how have they steered you wrong so far?
I killed a couple
Yeah.
people.
I
You
Didn't
know?
come protect
They're
our
not
own church.
great.
You got armor, got horses. They're willing to train you for some griffins.
They
mean,
may
the-
not be great, but they're not that bad.
I mean, Hannah likes them, so okay.
Mm-mm. Screw the church.
You know, they got it. Camp Dawn, they got fortifications and everything. Be champions. That's what it is. Everybody's going to be enemies except the Silver Order.
No.
You guys are ride or die for the
This is the-
Divine Light.
Weirdest campaign if we get that far.
God, it would be.
All right, guys. I'm ending the stream on that. Yeah. I'll be
Alright.
hacking and coughing.